Good. All right, Shalom. Want to start out by giving up all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostle and others of great millstone. Shalom to the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and in truth. It's another Saturday for us to prophesy the downfall of America and the uprising of the nation of Israel, which consists of you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, so of course our job, as we always go into, you know, through the Spirit, this is a job. The Lord speaks about this being a vocation. You know, the vocation which we're called. You know, so in this job that the Lord has assigned us to, we speak about prophecy, man. And the prophecy goes into the end times, man. You know, and part of the end times, which brother has the actual scripture, is the return of whom the world calls Jesus Christ, which is Yahweh Shai. And he's not going to come alone. He's going to come with the masses of angels for deliverance and destruction. Now there's been a lot of things in the news as far as was there saying, you know, which we know is not to be true, but this is the narrative that's being pushed, is Esau shot down some UFOs, you know, I don't know how many number of UFOs that plans got shot down, but see, he's pushing a narrative that he's getting more advanced with his technology, that he's able to actually pierce the Most High, to pierce the Most High's throne, man. You see? So that in turn excites the masses of the people to actually or believe that they actually have a fighting chance against the Lord, which we will get that also in 2nd Ezra the 13th chapter, right? We'll get 2nd Ezra the 13th chapter to go into that, because there is going to be a fight in the heavens. It tells you that also in Revelation the 12th chapter, all right? Where this devil is going to look to fight Yahweh Shai in his second return, because he's not going to come, you know, riding a Nimbus cloud, all right? He's going to come in a supersized a chariot, man. All right, and he's gonna come with fleets of angels, man. You know, and they're gonna block out the sun, man. Hey, just like on the movie 300. You know, when damn, it's always a wreck.
There's somebody driving the wrong way.
Always going the wrong way. Damn, they hit the shit out of their shit. But anyways, on the movie 300, I think he was like an ambassador of the King Xerxes at the time. And if you recall, one of the guys cut his arm off. And then he was on the ground talking shit. And he was basically saying how all the arrows, when they get shot, they're going to actually block out the sun. You know? And so, when it actually took place, it literally blocked out the sun. So when the Lord and the fleets of mighty angels come, there's going to be so many angels that you're going to see it like it's damn near darkness, man. You see? It's going to be an overshadowing of chariots. All right? And most people, fight or flight registration is going to be activated because they don't know what to do. They're going to look to either fight against the Lord or they're going to look to run against the Lord. But us, that's going to be a restoration of hope. And that's what the gospel is about. All right? To understand that when the Lord returns, he's going to save the people that's been being extorted by this devil, the ones that's been beat down and trodden asunder, used and abused. All right, wore out, as it is written in the book of Daniel, he shall wear out the saints. That's who the Lord is going to come for, man. The poor, the meek. Those are the ones that is written in Matthew, the 5th chapter, that's going to receive the meek shall inherit the earth. You know, blessed are you poor in spirit. Those are the ones that the Lord is going to actually come and bring salvation unto. You see? And on the flip side, the other side of the coin, the ones that have been breaking down the poor, the ones that have been robbing the needy, the fatherless and the motherless and things of that nature. They're gonna have to take taste of the vengeance of Yahweh Shai. So, you know, without further ado, we're gonna get into some scripts.
Khan, this is Zechariah 5, and I'm gonna start at the top. It says, "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe."
Right. So this is the book of Zechariah, which we are familiar with, but this is thousands of years ago. And Zechariah is speaking about looking up in the heavens, and he said, he with the word behold is to look upon. He looked upon and he's seen a flying robe. Now, what's recorded thousands of years ago that has basically aerial technology to be suspended within the heavens, man? Now, you didn't have airplanes, you know, you didn't have jets, fighter jets, all these different things, you know, that they have in today's time. So it would be known as, what people can only register today as a flying saucer, man. You see? He said, but he spoke of it as a flying robe. Keep going.
Con. And it's continued on, and it says, and he said unto me.
And there's chariot sightings that's been going crazy, man. You know, which it said that the masses of the chariot sightings, I think from the 70s, I think to like 2016, is in America.
Yeah.
So what's exciting the mind, like how people, just playing like devil's advocate, what's exciting the mind of these chariots to actually have a heavy overview, a heavy-handed eyesight of America rather than these other countries? All right? Because it didn't say Japan. It didn't say China.
Right.
It didn't say Russia. It didn't say fucking Yugoslavia, Uzbekistan, or no bullshit like that. It said America, man. It didn't say South America. We talking about North America.
Well, the scriptures say that it says the eyes of the Lord are on the sinful kingdom.
The eyes of the Lord are on the sinful kingdom. See? And the eyes of the Lord are the angels. So, and that's pursuing the Proverbs 15:3. It says the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. And this is the most evil country on the face of the earth, man.
That's ever existed.
That ever existed upon the face of the earth. All right. Hey, then, case in point, even if you go and see how people are living in these other countries and stuff like that, it's wickedness that goes on all over the earth. Yeah. But this is the epicenter. This is Babylon the Great. All right. Just like you have corporations, and then you have the main hub. All right, like the main hub is in Atlanta. They got other companies all over the place, but the main hub is America.
Yeah.
You guys don't. Oh yeah. See. So the elder had pulled out the sighting, and America is glowing like a goddamn glow stick, man.
Yeah, it's a map. I don't know if you can see it on the camera.
So they on America's asses, man.
You can see it.
And them angels are salivating to bring destruction.
You can see it. But damn.
That's from what's that, like they say 1906 to 2014. See, America is lit up. everywhere else is like, but America, that's like the heavy emphasis on America, man.
No other place ain't really significant like that.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it pretty clear.
Yeah, it's lit up like that in
Middle East.
the UK.
Yeah, the UK.
Yeah,
the UK.
Over there, but that's what the mother of
Mother Harlot.
the mother. Well,
Oh, yeah, the mother.
nah, the mother of
That mother should be
the mother that shall be sword confounded.
Uh-huh.
But that's part of the beast.
Yeah.
Because the UK is a part of NATO. Okay, the UK is a heavy hot spot for chariots too. But the UK is no longer a part of the EU.
Right.
But it's still a part of the beast.
That's still part of the beast. Yeah, so they got their eyes on the beast, man.
Yeah,
Just
the
like a
beast.
lion that's hunting. You might see a lion on a wildebeest. They ain't gonna take their eyes off that wildebeest for a minute.
Yeah.
And lions hunt in packs. All right. Or what they call them, prides, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they hunt in prides. So it might be, a fleet of lions on a wildebeest ass, and they fully alert, ready to attack, man, ready to pounce. So it's the same thing with the chariots of the Heavenly Father. They ain't got their eyes on America looking and seeing what could be developed. I think it's better, should be some better architecture in DC. Nah, they looking to destroy, man. All right? They got hunter vision. They just like Predator. See the movie Predator? See how he had that hunter vision? Anything he set his eyes on,
Oh yeah.
it's just registered to kill, like that Terminator vision.
Infrared.
That infrared
vision.
infrared vision ready to strike at any moment. So the angels is ready to strike, and the only reason they ain't strike because they haven't got the call to do so. All right? Scripture says, "Wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, till I rise to the prey." Matter of fact, can you get that in Zephaniah 3:9, Bible shots?
You want me to finish that out?
Yeah, you can finish that.
All right, so this is Zechariah 5:2, and it says, and he said unto me, what seest thou?
Yeah, so he said, what seest thou? Keep on.
And he says, and I answered, I see a flying robe. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. And then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Yeah, see, so like we always go into how the gospel is good news unto us, but it's bad news unto the masses of these people. All right, the gospel is good news unto the 1/3, but it's bad news on the 2/3.
That's right.
All right, so when the chariots return, it's going to be a blessing unto the 1/3, the righteous virgins that's been trimming their lamps and doing that which is required, and the ones that have been doing otherwise is going to be a curse unto them.
That's right.
All right, highly concentrated fire, just like you watch on what was that? War of the Worlds. Whether you want to watch the older one or the newer one, which the newer one is kind of old at this point, but you know, came out in the 2000s if I'm not mistaken. But you see how they had those highly concentrated laser beams, and they was blasting, man. Anything they blast, they just turning into straight dust.
Yeah.
You know, then they got to the point where they started fertilizing the people and taking their bodies and spewing their carcasses like fucking fertilizer all over the land, man. And that's even in the scriptures. The scripture says that how the blood shall be to the horse's bridle, you know. So it's gonna be a lot of death and carnage that's gonna take place. That's written in the Bible, man. This isn't our synopsis or our theory. You know, let's just get together and just come up with something. No, it's as it is written, man. But you got that in Zephaniah?
Yeah. It's Zephaniah 3 in verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Yeah, so it says, wait ye upon me until the day that I rise up to the prey. Because Yahweh Shai is going to be the first one that's going to, you know, drop that millstone. You know, like it says, which is spiritual, Yahweh Shai said, he that's without sin, let him cast the first stone. You know, and it's also written in Daniel how Yahweh Shai is basically that great millstone. You know, and he's basically the one that's without sin. So he's the first one that can really strike.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one that actually laid down the foundation and died. Oh, what it says that how he was made even mightier than the angels, man. And just like with kings in war, they got the call to strike, man. You know, kings make the declarations and everybody follows. You know, the head makes the oral declaration, and then everything ensues from that, for lack of a better term. So when Yahweh Shai strikes, that's basically giving the go-ahead. And when he gives the go-ahead with him and the angels, you already know that destruction is gonna be quick, man.
Oh yes. Yes, right. Yeah.
It ain't gonna be like it's gonna be a what they call it, an arm wrestle between the U.S. military, and you're gonna be in, you know, looking down and you're gonna see a big shrapnel piece of a chariot breaking off and falling, and you know, angel fleeing into a building. It ain't gonna be nothing like that, man.
Yeah, this fight is not going the distance.
It's not going the
like
distance.
Boxing, or it's going the distance.
The extra mile.
12 round bout. It's gonna be the first 2 seconds, man.
You gotta go and charge up. You gotta go back to the fathership and charge up.
Nah.
Or they go hack some technology like it showed you in the movies.
Independence Day.
Yeah, they gonna hack some
We got
technology.
the technology.
They gonna sneak behind the angel that's holding posts in the headquarters and shit. And, you know, they always had a chariot with it,
Yeah.
with the big long shit that go down. What's it called? The ramp.
The ramp.
Yeah, he just sneaking up the ramp, and the angels just giggling and shit. Then he just find a way to hack some technology, and then everything just shut down and power down, and it ain't gonna be nothing like that,
Hey,
man.
you mentioned the Predator earlier. I think they showed that in one of the movies. I think like the Predator chariot and crash or something.
Yeah.
And they was able to go up in there and kind of
do their thing,
investigate, like, you know, who these creatures. You know, you ain't gonna be able to do that.
It ain't gonna be none of that, man.
Well, they're not shooting down chariots. And
Right.
then when they do so, the things on the news,
Right.
like it was one picture they showed, it looked like a bed frame with a grocery bag on it. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
And they ain't doing nothing but tempting the Lord, man.
Let it, yo,
Pissing the Lord
put
off.
on CNN that they shot down aliens or something. Like, show Mars attacks or something. Like it's so. I'll be honest. I personally just don't even look at that.
Yeah, that's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even really, you know. But it does bring up good points about the fact that we can talk about the chariots, because like the brother's saying, when the chariots come, it's gonna be a quick fight.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a
Chariots with the cleanup.
a Mike Tyson first round knockout.
Yeah.
Man. You know.
Surgical strikes, man. You know, and see this devil, the Lord, he's all about, what the scripture says, that he's all about a good fight.
Right.
But this devil doesn't have the technological advancements. The Lord didn't give him that
Right.
to be able to actually destroy his creations. All right? And the angels can't be destroyed.
They can't.
That's the thing about it. It says that the angels they don't have human, you know what I'm
They're
saying,
angelic.
physiology, so to speak.
They're angelic.
Angelic. Yeah.
And for that matter, they can't destroy the chariots either. Why they sitting there talking about something they can destroy the chariots? How can you destroy a chariot?
How can you destroy a chariot? And them chariots is pure energy, man. You know, a lot of them, of course, you know, we don't know how the heavens have crafted such a technology and things of that nature. But nonetheless, it shows chariots being certain videos that are on the internet of chariots jumping inside of volcanoes. This devil can't jump inside no volcano. He don't have that type of technological advancement to put anything at the bottom of a volcano.
He can't even send a drone in the volcano.
He can't send nothing in the
volcano.
He
can send a drone around.
Around.
You know, to watch and look at how a volcano works. Hey. You can't send no drone inside a volcano.
They showed a video, and I don't know if it's true or not, but they showed a video of a missile being shot, and the chariot came and hit while the missile was in mid-flight. The chariot came and hit it with a laser beam on one side, went around to the other side, hit it with another laser beam. The thing blew up, and the chariot got away before the thing even exploded. See? How could you fight something like that?
Can't deal, E. Can't deal, man.
I got something for you.
Okay. I got something. Oh, well, we still got that Zephaniah?
Yeah, I got it. It's Zephaniah 3 and 8 again from the top. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Yeah, see, and even in this fight, you know, we don't have to go out our way. We always say that to a lot of these jakes. You don't gotta go out your way and stockpile on guns, ammunition. Right. You know, put 30% of your check every week, you know, for AR-15s and Glock 9s for this epic battle. All you gotta do is wait upon the Lord and do what is required. Like us, we're on our watch. It says watch as well as pray, and we make these calls, man, spiritual calls through the Spirit. And when everything goes down, the Lord is gonna have that protectionary hedge around us. He's gonna have that spiritual force field around us. So we ain't got to trip. You got it.
Okay. Yep. And it says.
And on top of that, this is a battle that's really above us. You know, it's above our pay grade. We can't physically take this man down. You know, it literally has to be something divine. That's where you have the term divine intervention. You know, the Lord has to actually possess us, which it even tells you that in that Jeremiah will make thee a sharp thruster instrument having teeth. Because technically we are angels too, just angels on the earth, terrestrial angels. But we have a job, all right? We're contracted through the Spirit to do this job, and angels have their contract through the Most High to do their job, all right? You can't you know, leak one over the next, so to speak. Keep going.
Then it says, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation.
Yeah, we've seen previous segments within the scriptures where nations tried to come together, and the Most High basically blew them to holy hell. You see? So he said he's really determined to get these nations together. Why don't he get the nations together, descend, and come up with a peace treaty?
Right.
He didn't say that. And if nations are coming together and God so loved the world, why wouldn't God love the fact that nations are coming together?
Right.
He said he wants these nations to come together so he could put judgment on their asses, man. You see? Just like you have, which we always go into, how the Star Wars space program, where they said if there's a extraterrestrial force, let all nations, yeah, Ronald Reagan's Star Wars program, let all nations basically put their fuse to the side and let's fight this common enemy, you know? So these nations, a lot of these nations are going to try to put their fuse to the side and fight the Lord. But it's not going to be to any, they're not going to prevail, man. Yeah. You see? Keep going.
Yep, it says that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger.
Even all my fierce anger. It tells you in Nahum, the second chapter, or the first chapter, how the Lord is furious, man. The Lord is pissed the hell off, man. And he's gonna use he's gonna put his fury within those angels, which they're already furious, man. They're already ready to put in work, you know? They just gotta be activated and get that go ahead. And when it's game time, it's game time, man. A lot of them ain't, you know, I was about to say a lot of them, but none of them are gonna actually resist the will of the Heavenly Father, you know, go rogue. Like, they show that you that on movies, man. You know, it'll be like some creatures, and it'll be a rogue creature going against the actual plan that was developed, and he don't develop compassion for the humans and shit, and he end up dating a black woman or some shit like that on the movie. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? You know, they show you, I think, what's that, Guardians of the Galaxy? They show you that on a lot of movies and shit. look, but that's Babylonianism. All kind of weird creatures coming together, you know what I'm saying, against a god. They had on the first one, I think one of the main character, I forget his name, but he was going against his father, and his father was basically the Most High. I think his name was like El or I Am. When you break down his name, it's basically I Am.
It was a planet. We were talking about the planet that he went against, and he ended up destroying the whole planet.
I forget which. I think it was the first or I think it's 3 of them.
You know what it is, right?
On Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it was the second one.
Ego.
It was Ego.
He
It was
went
his
against
father.
Ego. It was his
It
father.
was his father.
Which that represents the Heavenly Father, because Ego represents I am that I am, you know, or you already know it's he to be. But nonetheless, Esau pushed that narrative because he wants to warp the minds of the people to believe that the Most High is the enemy. You see? So when these military men, they have that you know, when they're assigned to fight against the chariots, they're gonna believe that that's actually a fucking alien, man. You know, they're gonna actually send prayers before they actually go fight the angels. Like, what the hell type of sense does that make? Because the military will never tell you the truth. When these people are going into the military, first thing they do, they're mentally brainwashed.
Yeah, they brainwashed.
You know, they give them these different programs. I remember watching Jarhead years ago. And they was basically going into how I forget if they was in the exact country they was in, but nonetheless they started to give them the rundown on what's going on. They were saying that the masses of the people are being poisoned by the government that be, you know, and they showed all kind of pictures of the children with all kind of boils and stuff like that, you know. And I don't know if they was in Iraq, but nonetheless, you know, they started to get the military charged up. Because they feeling like they're doing a good thing fighting against this country, not knowing that they're really the enemy coming against certain people, man.
Yeah.
They don't understand the true schematics of what's going on. They don't understand that it's all about control and dominance.
Hey, if I can say that the narrative that you just laid out is exactly what Esau does today. He'll go over into a country like Libya, for instance. Libya, you learn about Omar Gaddafi and what he was actually doing. And what he was doing, he actually was about to put his country on a gold standard to liberate his people, and in America convinced the Americans that he was oppressing his people and he was actually the enemy when he was actually doing right by his people. You know, and that's his whole MO. Oh, they the enemy, but no, you really the enemy.
He been working that plot for the longest, man.
Yeah, then they got free health care. If you got married, they gave you a house,
Land.
land, all of that in Libya, right? But then it came out years after that what's her name, Hillary Clinton had emails about setting up all kinds of different hits in Benghazi, in Libya. So who's the real snake?
Super villain.
America.
And you have mentioned the military. What came to mind just now, the episode on Black Mirror. You mentioned how the military had a brainwashing. There was one episode on there where they gave all the soldiers like a brain chip.
Yeah, that was a real good one.
They got the brain chip. They had to go on these little missions, and they were seeing people as like it was like aliens or zombies, but they was really like innocent kids.
There was people.
They was trained. They was killing them. Oh yeah, I remember
that.
the episode?
Yeah, that
it just came to
And the
mind.
lady took the chip out the guy's head, and he said that they were actually real.
It was like little
people,
kids. They were all scared and stuff, but they was seeing them. They was like little monsters. So that's like on a deeper level. Yeah, they brainwashed these soldiers.
And they show you that on Fifth Wave, this exact same concept. They had the chip in them, and they was looking at it and was like, "What do you see?" You said, "You see an alien," and they basically blew the aliens' heads off and whatnot. You know, green goo and all kind of shit. But nonetheless, those were actually people, if I'm not mistaken, because one of them actually got the chip out of their. I think they put the chip in them and put the chip in their brain, and they seen the actual person, and they looked like an alien. He was gonna shoot his friend. They went into a commotion or whatnot. But they got things straightened out, and they seen that they was being brainwashed and bamboozled, man. So that's a movement. The masses of the people in the military, which America has a huge military, as well as all these different countries with militaries, all those people are retarded, man. You know? they're force-fed information, and really it's not even force-fed at a certain point. It gets to the point where their commanders, they look up to these different sergeants and they look up to these different heads, the lieutenants or whatever the position they have, and they aspire to be that. They see how much money they make annually, because a lot of the people in the military get paid. They get paid, and they get hella good benefits, depending on the position. I know because my uncle, which you already know, but I'm saying my uncle, he was a dentist in the military. I think he was a dentist. He had some position in the military, but he retired fat, you know, good retirement and all these different things. That's what the masses of these people want. They want to be stuck in America, man. So when they see these extraterrestrial forces come down, bringing vengeance, they're going to be willing to risk their life. All right. That's why it says in the second Ezra what you're going to get.
That's what I got. Yeah.
You know, a lot of them going to be scared out of their mind.
Fear,
there's fight.
You know?
Yet there's fight. Yep.
Yet they're going to still try to fight.
Be fearful, but the Lord gonna make them fight still.
Because the Lord is all about a good fight.
You gotta fulfill prophecy.
You got to fulfill prophecy. You got it.
Okay, this is Revelation 1:7, and it says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds."
That behold again, look upon. He cometh with clouds. Keep going.
God, and every eye shall see him.
Why is he coming with clouds? The clouds are already here.
Right.
That don't make sense. Let's use our noodles, man. You know.
Noggins.
Yeah, let's use our noggins. That's basically biblical jargon and hidden speech, because we're known as the hidden ones in the scriptures. We're the ones that can understand, and we bring this information in layman's terms so that you could comprehend it. You know. So when it says he coming with clouds, we can prove that in our Psalm 104.
He maketh this cloud.
I was just thinking that he making the chariots his clouds, the clouds his chariots. Yeah. And I don't know if y'all saw the video the elder Apostle Tahar did. It also was a TikTok, but a woman had took a picture of a cloud, and then she changed the contrast of the cloud, and it wasn't a cloud.
See?
It wasn't a cloud. She was like, "What is this?" And then you can see it was all type of advanced technology looking stuff within the cloud. And Elder Apostle Tahar did a video about it, and it's like, what is that? It looks like a cloud, it moves like a cloud, but it ain't a cloud.
It ain't a cloud. See?
Yep. It's Psalms 104:3. It says, "Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters?
Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters." Keep going.
Who maketh the clouds his chariot?"
And we know the heavens represent the waters too. Shemayim, all right, which is the compound word pertaining to the heavens. All right. And the scriptures speak about how we're going to actually enter into those chambers. Isaiah 26 and I think 20. You know, it says before the indignation be overpassed. Read that over.
It says, "Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot."
Who maketh the clouds his chariot. So he can disguise himself in the clouds. He can disguise his chariots within the clouds. Just like the brother Nathaniel was just going into. You know? You might look at it and you thinking it's a cloud, but it's actually not a cloud. It's actually clouds, and I forget the exact name of them. A brother showed me. Because it's all kind of different types. But these clouds look just like chariots.
Cumulus clouds?
I don't know if it's cumulus. I'm having.
Well, you got lenticular clouds.
I think it's lenticular. It's something
Cumulus
like that.
clouds are the fluffy
The fluffy looking ones?
clouds, but like the ones that like discs. I think those are lenticular. But you can look it up.
Yeah, so when the Most High when they created the heavens and even created clouds, you know, let me see if I can find it real fast.
It says,
Yeah, lenticular.
I'm just finishing this out. It says, "Who walketh upon the wings of the wind."
Yeah, so a lot of these lenticular clouds, you might look at them, and people already speculate those to be so-called chariots, man. If the camera can pick it up. For brothers that can look it up too. But a lot of people speculate those to be chariots. Look at them.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Them ain't no just regular clouds. You see something like that, then it's orange, it's all these different hues and stuff like that. Some of them might actually be clouds, but a lot of them are actually chariots, man. That's why even with Elijah, when it was at least in the servants, when they peeled back the eyes, it said that it's more of them, more angels with us than enemies, man. You see, so it's a lot of actual angels that even patrol in the heavens. It's not just one or two. You over North America, I'm over South America, we over each continent. No, it's a lot of angels, man.
Yeah.
Now, we can't give you an exact number because we don't know that, but nonetheless, it's written. You know, thousands upon thousands of angels. Keep going. That's it?
Oh, that was me. I was reading.
Okay.
Gone. And it says, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him.
So it says every eye shall see him. It's going to be publicly alerted, you know, that there is a chariots and they're actually attacking the masses of the people. You see? That's why Esau wants to come in with this narrative now that he has things under control. Yeah, we shot down some UFOs, so we got the technology to blow them up. We just need the helping hand of the military. You know what I'm saying? When things go down, we have the ability, because people are going to register that thought. What about the UFOs that they shot back then? If they could shoot them down back then, I know we can shoot them down now. You see?
We had the whole thing in Roswell.
Yeah, Roswell.
In like 1954 or 56, something like that. And that was kind of led to Area 51 and all that Hollywood madness, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hollywood garbage.
You know,
man.
then
Hollow School.
then you got this whole reptilian theory. It's basically just misinformation and
propaganda.
disinformation, propaganda, right? And it's just fairy tales.
Fairy tales.
Okay.
Fantasy.
It's fantasy. You know, it's like a Thor movie. Snow elves and dragons and Game of Thrones. You know.
But it's good to keep the masses of the people believing in that bullshit, man.
Well, you know, it's all about predictive programming.
Yeah.
You see, they put it out there before it happens to create a narrative. So when it does happen, they already swayed the minds of the people.
They already got the minds of the people. Yeah. But most of these people, like I said, even in the military, it's big. They watch movies and stuff like that in the military. You know, they're already being initially brainwashed, but then still they have to keep feeding them the lies. You know, feeding them the lies. And you could get in trouble if you start to wake up to the truth and start to try to promote something against the American, you know, standard that's being laid and set out, man. You try to rebel or go AWOL against the military, you know what type? Your ass get prison time for that shit, man. You can't just do what you want to do in the military. All right, just go against the grain. All right, I'm deported over here in Kuwait or some shit, but I don't want to fight this war.
Yeah.
I actually want to side with the you know, they call them the enemies basically. But how are they an enemy? Because you were told that they're the enemy. What have they done personally that's adversarial unto you?
That's right.
They've done certain things defending themselves, but America wants that plot of land, or they want those resources, so they paint the narrative that that's the enemy. Same thing with the angels. The reason why the Lord is an enemy unto this devil, because this devil wants full control of everything, man. We always spoke about how this devil was looking to try to shoot a missile within the what's it called? Within like a portal. They have these concepts. I don't know if they try to make an attempt, but they look to actually create these models to try to shoot a missile in a portal to destroy the Most High. You know?
You got
CERN. That's it.
And remember,
Blowing up the moon.
You ever heard about Project Fishbowl?
Nah, I never heard that.
That was when they were throwing. They were launching nuclear missiles up into the atmosphere, trying to blow the sky up. Yeah, it's actually a real thing. It's called Project Fishbowl.
Yeah, see?
You know?
Yeah, they got all kind of classified documents. I just seen something with us speaking about, it was a detonation, first nuclear detonation that happened like years ago, but nobody ever knew about it. It's a lot of stuff people just don't know about, man.
Well, the Earth is a lot bigger than you think it is.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they got these flight paths that there's places that these commercial airlines fly.
Right.
That there's parts of the Earth nobody's seen. You know, certain submarines in the Navy, they get to go underwater and they go on certain places. But even those waters are protected.
Yep.
You know, you got Antarctica, you got the Arctic. There's places that even on Google Earth it's not even identified.
Man.
You know, like how many people have actually been to the Solomon Islands?
Oh, yeah.
Or the Falkland Islands, or the Marshall Islands. Okay? What are they doing over there? Why, you know, they detonate bombs in the ocean.
You know, yeah.
You know,
See,
there's
so
all
this,
kinds of things that Esau does that the earth is just not privy to.
I was gonna say, even you said the earth, man, the earth, like if you ever flew on an airplane, you just, you high up at 20, 30,000 feet, and you just look down, the earth is big.
Earth is big as hell.
And you only looking at, from an aerial, you're only looking at just a piece of the earth.
You start to see how small you
And
really
you
are.
like, damn, bro, we really like little specks of, like you said, ants, man.
Hey, just imagine the view from the chariots.
No, you from the chairs. It's crazy, man.
You know?
And see, the angels have that ability, even as high as they are, they can see every individual. That's high in technology, man. You know? But
There was a little bit more, the point. Verse 7 continued on, and it says, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen.
and that's why Yahweh Shai is known as the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, because he's going to subdue all kings and all governments, man. You know, because all these governments are ruling over the mind. The word government means to rule over the mind. All these governments are ruling over the minds of the masses, keeping the people hypnotized and asleep, dumbfounded, you know. But when Yahweh Shai makes his return, we already know that's going to be the opening, you know. It's like going to be the opening to a new life, which it is, you know. That's why Yahweh Shai is known as the Son, and we always go into how, you know, like the movie The Matrix. The Matrix is really where we're in right now, and the Matrix in the Bible is known as the womb. So Yahweh Shai being that Son, he's literally gonna break the womb, because he's gonna come through the heavens and he's gonna actually break through the atmosphere, man. He's gonna crack the womb. You know, that's why it says the deliverance, how it's gonna be like a woman in travail.
Yeah.
You know, and it speaks about the deliverance of the Son. You see? So in that timely period, when basically the water breaks, basically the Lord breaks those waters and the Son is delivered, that's when new life is gonna begin, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the beginning of the kingdom. You see? It's starting now, of course, but this is like a spiritual precursor. Like we giving the spiritual trailers, you know?
It's a prequel.
Yeah, this is the prequel. You know, we're giving the layout of how everything is gonna happen and the development of everything. Yes, but we're going into the development of everything. But we saying, you know, how we're getting closer and closer to the end. But every end, it's always a new beginning.
That's right.
You see? So when everything goes back to the revelation, when Revelations and everything is fulfilled, it's gonna go right back to Genesis in the beginning. You know, when everything is peace, and the Most High said it was good, and Adam is in his original state, which we all represent Adam. You know, we're gonna be really like the first Adam, but we're gonna be perfect Adams. You see? And then we're gonna have Satan up under our feet, pursuant to in Corinthians where it says, "Oh Satan, where's thy sting, man?"
I got something for you. Just to you know, go into what you said, because he said everything is going to be good. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. It says, "Better is the end of a thing than the beginning."
Yeah, see, so better is the end of a thing than the beginning. Right now we're going through the growing pains and going through the stress and strain, and you know, like I said, it's being worn out. But at the end all be all, it's gonna be better for us, man. You know, that's why we just gotta hold it down. You know, just like in a marathon, when you're in a race, right? It gets tiresome, it gets tedious. But when you actually see yourself being at the end, you're gonna get that jolt, all right? And then you see how much like spirit, like if you're running and you see how many, like on a marathon, right? It's a race of endurance. Usually hope reserves the energy. You don't want to burn yourself out.
That's right.
But then when you get closer and closer to the end, and you kind of spiritually measure the reserves you have, like I got enough where I could just, you know what I'm saying? I could use up all this energy, because at the end, when I break the, you know what I'm saying? Break the rope, I don't need to use this energy no more. I can rest. Look at these fucking guys.
And then normally too, you know, just to add, just to add to the elder's point, normally the end of a thing is the completion of it.
It's the completion of it.
You know? And you know, the Lord said, with great labor have I perfected thee. So in the end of everything, we're going to be perfected.
We looking for that perfection. Because right now we're in this imperfect world. We're in these imperfect bodies, and we always misstep and falling short, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of all be all, it's going to be over, and we're going to really, like it says in our Revelation, there ain't going to be no more crying. no more sorrow. Everything is going to be at rest. But we know that war has to take place before peace is there.
Right.
You see? Just like with King David. King David was really a man of peace. That's why he was such a man of war. Because he knew that it takes war for peace to actually, it takes conflict for resolution. You see? And with these different nations, it ain't no compromising with them. It ain't for, like Esau, like if Yahweh actually comes and he talks to these devils and tells them, yeah, you gotta, bow down to me as a power. Y'all bow down to us and the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You think the white man's gonna say, okay, you know what? Y'all got it. We'll give up the kingdom. Right. We'll be workers, and y'all can be over us for the treachery that we caused. Hell no.
Well, he's been there, done that already. Yeah, because that was the case. He would have did that before Herod.
Yeah.
I got a quick scripture for you.
Herod was an Edomite.
Right. So Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Yeah, well, like, just laying back and off the brother, this is not a thing where, kingdoms are going to be handed over from one people to another. All right, this is going to be a full-scale overthrow.
It's never been.
It ain't a trade-off. All right, it's y'all time. Here's the keys, the keys to rulership, and we're going to step down and we digress. Here's my throne. We're going to be no. Kingdoms always fall through wars.
That's right.
Okay, so like what the brother's saying, the Lord is going to have it to where it's going to be a violent overthrow. That's even in the book of Revelation, the 19th chapter, which speaks about with violence. He shall make war. He's both righteous and his name is righteous and faithful or something like that. And he shall make war.
Yeah. And
with violence does that great city Babylon is going to be overthrown. So hey man, it's going to be hand-on-hand combat.
Hand on hand.
Eventually it's going to be nuclear trade-offs, but then eventually there's going to be the Israelites going to be physically grabbing up you other nations and putting you physically into slavery.
That's it, right? You got this.
Con, this is Ecclesiastes 3 and starting in verse 3. It reads, matter of fact, I'm going to start from the top. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven, and a time to be born, and a time to die.
Time to be born, a time to die. Keep going.
Con, and a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted. Keep going.
A time to kill, and a time to heal.
Yeah, see, so even in the time that we living in, we know there's going to be a time of mass death, man. But it's going to be healing that's going to be processed. Hey, just like you watch these military movies and you see all the people after the war, you see all kind of bodies and stuff like that. It's not going to be like that forever, right? After that, the people get, what they allow? They allow them to collect their soldiers. All right, when you watch these ancient Grecian movies and stuff like that, they actually give a peaceful alternative after war. You get it's respect in war, a level of respect in war. You get to actually collect your soldiers. You actually give them a proper killing, a proper dying ritual. You know what I'm saying? You can bury them and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? But then after that, after all the destruction of the land, they built the land, right? Because the overthrow was already, you know what I'm saying? That's where they'll heal the land. After everything has been killed, all the situations take place, the healing is after. You got it though.
Continuing on, Ecclesiastes 3 in verse 3, a time to kill, and a time to heal.
And a time to heal.
A time to break down.
A time to break down.
And a time to build up.
Yeah, so in the times that we're living in, like us, we're spiritually breaking down this country that we're living in. All right? And breaking down those strongholds, But we're breaking these things down because we understand that the kingdom is going to be set on the same foundations that we stepping on. Now, of course, America is going to be fully destroyed to the point nobody's going to actually inhabit. But the world in itself, we want this world to end. We want destruction. We're pro-destruction. But people will look at us like we're nefarious or we're crazy, we're lunatics, because we want destruction, but we want peace. We want restoration. We want tranquility. We want the world to actually be at rest. But you got it.
God, continuing on.
And we know the only way for the world to be at rest is through that destruction, man.
Yep, God. That's why we was going into the times. You know, there's going to be a time for America's destruction.
And like you look at lions, right? You'll watch documentaries on lions, and you see lions. What do lions mainly beef with? Hyenas. And they're so gung-ho about killing hyenas, so they don't even eat. They really don't eat hyenas. You'll see a lion, and they might kill a hyena, but they really want that piece of that land, and they understand that hyenas are their main what's the word? Main adversaries. You see? That's why the more that they expand, you see, it becomes a lot easier for them to hunt. You see? Because hyenas are some badass animals in itself, man. You know? They ain't no joke. A lot of them, if it's multiple, can get around a lioness, they'll kill the lioness, they'll kill the cubs. You know what I'm saying? They'll do some real damage. Yeah, cackling.
Right.
They're real demons, man.
Yeah.
You know, unto the lions. You know, but those away from their circumference as possible so that they can have peace.
Well, if I may say, that's the hyenas represent the heathens.
Yep, the hyenas
because did not the scripture say they say race it. Talk about they say aha. You know, meaning they laughed at our calamity.
They're cackling.
You know, they cackle. Scripture speak about they forwarded the affliction. So yeah, when you watch the movie Lion King.
Oh yeah, that's it. Perfect.
You watch the movie Lion King, the hyenas represented the other nations.
Hey,
you know, that's why you had the elephant graveyard. And that was forbidden land. That was known as what? Heathenistic territory. He said, and what did you know? We just making a movie analogy, but what did Mufasa tell Simba? He said, you don't go where the light don't shine at. And who's the Lord light shining on? Israel. So anything that the light wasn't shining on was known as heathenistic terroristics. I said terroristics. Territory. You know, but the thing is, now notice when Simba got caught, because he got lost in heathen territory, then he found two heathens, but they was really Israelite foreigners. Timon and Pumbaa. So that's how you know, just laying back and off what the brother's saying, it's parallels to different dynamics. Like I was watching the video. I don't know if a brother sent it in the group or not, but it was showing you how if you slow down a bird's when the bird be chirping, if you slow it down, it'll sound like a whale. And then if you take a whale, how they communicate, if you speed it up, it'll sound like a chipmunk. If you slow it down, it'll sound like humans laughing. So it's like a universal code that Yahweh Bashemah Shai programmed in his creation. So we supposed to already know not to mingle with the fucking heathens. Okay? Jake know they shouldn't be doing that, man.
Right.
Okay? Because there's a vibration that the Lord put in all his creation, and we supposed to vibrate on a higher frequency, man.
That's right.
So we know better. That's why the Lord bringing this type of destruction on us as a people. Because we were supposed to know better, man. The heathens, the Lord don't deal with the heathens. That's in the book of Psalms 147. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. As for the other people, he have not dealt so.
If I can say too, just winding a little bit back on the hyena lion thing in the spirit. I was thinking about what you said, because a lot of times even those hyenas, you know, in their spirit, they hate lions, but they don't understand the harmony that lions bring, being the kings of the jungle. See, lions bring harmony to every beast in that field, so to speak, in that world. But think for instance, if all the lions is killed off, that throws off the whole balance of the animal kingdom. They keep everything in harmony. Just think if hyenas actually were the superior animal, they would be overthrown by another animal, because they can only hold so much weight. You see, so the Most High set things up in its perfection, just like Jacob, all right, and the 12 tribes. The reason why everything is out of whack, because we're not in rulership. We hold the Most High gave us the blessing to actually be able to conduct the world in peace. Nobody else has that spirituality to actually put peace on earth. You see?
Hey, I just want to say real quick. It says in the book of Obadiah, I believe, where it talked about Edom, because we were talking about how, you know, when we got to calamity, he said, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have laughed at Israel in the time of their calamity. You
Yeah,
shouldn't
well,
have cheered them on. You know what I'm
Get it.
saying?
Yeah, let's let the scripture speak.
Con.
Yeah,
This is
bring that out in the book of Obadiah.
This is the book of Obadiah.
Yep, I can get another one for you too, in the book of Ezekiel. But that's what we out here to do. We out here to let the scripture speak. It's Ezekiel 35, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred,
That's right.
and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." Okay? So there was a perpetual hatred that the so-called white race showed for us as a people. No other nation has shown us that level of hatred but the so-called white race. So the Lord said he's preparing you unto blood.
That's right.
Look at Vladimir Putin. Everybody that's a part of his whole military structure is winding up dead right now.
Yeah,
right.
cabinets and shit.
It's, yeah, you know, whatever they call it, parliaments or cabinets or whatever they got over there, you know, they committing suicide or just flopping dead. Why? Because they gotta, you gonna either be with what Vlad Putin say or not. And if not, he gonna get you out the way because the Lord is preparing the Edomites unto blood. And he's gonna use the king of Russia. Okay? So this ain't a time to be goddamn playing no games when the nations are already on the move. This thing really could spark off quick. And once that chip spark in full totality, World War III is going to pursue not too long after that.
Real quick.
So everything is being prepared unto blood.
That's right.
Everything is being prepared unto blood except for the elect. Everybody the Lord gonna draw some blood one way or another. And so a lot of you heathens going into captivity. If you a heathen in America, if you a Chinese man, or you a Japanese, or you from Tokyo somewhere, you over here stuck in America, you gonna die in America.
That's right.
Yep, go ahead and bring that. Yeah, Korea, North Korea, South Korea, Seoul.
Philippines.
Yeah, the Philippines, or if you from fucking Nigeria, and you ain't up the elect. If you in America and you ain't up the elect, you gonna die.
That's right.
Jake or not Jake.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Obadiah. I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, "And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter."
Yeah, now let me say this. Teman is the branch of Edom that was known for their wits, so to speak. They were a smart tribe. Okay? But the Lord said he was going to cut the wise men from Teman. Now look at what's happening right now. You looking on the global scale, deal with global schematics and technologically advancement, and you see these other nations are leveling the scoreboard.
That's right.
Yep.
You know, you go to China.
Oh, hell yeah.
Those Chinese people are freaking, I say technologically smart.
Yeah.
They really stupid.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, Japan. Don't get me talking about them Indians.
Oh,
Them Indians, they take
I
over.
was
They
about to
took
say,
over Georgia Tech.
them colleges, all these colleges and stuff like
more
that,
out there.
they got that.
Them Indians, say again.
It's Emory.
Yeah, Emory.
Yep.
Emory, Singapore.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people sleep on Singapore. Singapore is one of the top 3 technologically advanced countries in the world.
That's crazy.
Well, Singapore produces a lot of the computer microchips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why they say it's
Go
a
to
shortage
your
or
cell
something like
phone,
that.
Yep.
Laptop. That's why that South China trade deal and that turmoil over there is so heavy. Even going into the microchip shortage, it's talking about these computer chips and IBM chips and
Yep.
stuff because they need that technology just not for your damn iPhone. They need that so they can have these chips for these guided missiles.
Yep.
These GPS advanced systems on these satellites.
Yep.
You know, all these different DARPA technologies.
Yeah.
That's why they need these microchips because
Yep.
it's a race.
Yeah,
To
and
see who's going to create the most advanced
technology.
tech.
And see what these nations do is they really like to use Eastern countries as testing grounds
Yeah.
because their citizens are a lot less rebellious
Yeah.
than Western society.
That's right.
So they can implement certain things in those societies without recoil. But if you try to do it here in America, it's going to be marches and protests all over the place. That's why it's going to be stricter and harsher draconian laws when they have to implement it over here. See, a lot of them Chinese people, they was already obedient before the tech world.
Oh yeah.
They wasn't trying to buck up against the government because the government walk around with them M. Bison hats on and big sticks. And you might jaywalk and get cracked across the head.
Oh yeah.
So they been had their citizens in check.
Yeah. and another thing, they don't have a lot of, they don't have the testosterone, man. They don't really have that really testicular fortitude in those different other nations. Man.
Right.
A lot of them are grow up. They grow up in obedient households.
Yeah.
The men are really obedient. The women are already obedient.
It's more order over there.
It's a lot more order.
So what you call
Eastern tradition. Eastern tradition is a lot more humble than Western tradition and Western culture.
It's
you
all
know,
about defiance.
so that's why the Lord is. Yeah, everything is about defying and being a deviant. You know, but that's why when Esau know when it's time to follow suit with what's going on in the world, they know these westernized MFers. We're gonna have to lay the hammer down on him to make them submit. That's why they being prepared unto blood. Go ahead, bro.
Con. This is verse 10. It says, "For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee."
Shame. And you Edomites should be feeling that shame right about now. All right? For what happened to the so-called Negroes here in America is a shameful act.
Right.
All right? And here it is, the United States of America that helped out Ukraine, sent over $200 billion to Ukraine.
Right.
But you can't even get a $5,000 loan in the country that your forefathers built.
That's crazy.
Right.
But they steadily sending money to Ukraine. Dumping money over in Ukraine.
Billions.
But we went through a crisis and everybody laugh at us in this world.
Yeah.
We are laughing stock to this world.
Right. Right.
We have no benefit to them.
Right.
You know,
We're already
Ukraine
conquered.
carries a heavy strategic and military benefit.
Right.
Being on the coast of a close border with Russia. Right. Same thing with Israel. You know, being close neighbors to Iran and Gaza. So there's benefits to helping out the other countries. There's no benefit to helping the niggas. What are you gonna do?
Right, because
some Jordans.
Right, and then if I may say, in Ukraine right now, y'all trying to fight that roll out?
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, yeah. And the thing is, with Ukraine, it's pivotal to World War III.
Yeah,
That territory because see why? Really, that's why Russia is not trying to destroy Ukraine. So that's why Vladimir Putin said, "Let's get this right. Let's get the verbiage right. This is a military exercise." Okay. What they're doing is they're securing the land of Ukraine so that they can move their troops closer.
Same thing with America.
That's why America don't want Russia to get it because on the other side of Ukraine is Belarus. And Belarus, if I'm not mistaken, is an American ally.
Yeah. And Belarus is going through, it's not on the news, but Belarus is dealing with civil unrest and protests over there too.
Yep.
Oh.
You know, because the first thing that the government does is they destabilize.
And that's what they're doing in Ukraine. They destabilize. And what you think gonna happen if Russia fully takes over Ukraine? Who you think they're gonna go at next? Belarus.
They're gonna keep going over.
They're gonna keep trying to secure that. Hey, that's why the Lord said, Ezekiel 38, he's gonna do what? He's gonna put hooks in their jaws. Meaning he's gonna refurbish that USSR, which stands for the United Soviet Socialist Republic.
Yeah, they recovering them Thanos rings, man.
The Thanos rings, baby.
And
but they're gonna be successful.
Oh, they're gonna
because it's biblical prophecy.
Yeah. And I seen an article. It's on a side note. In UK, it's a lot of riots and protests going on, and they're blaming the UK government and they're blaming America on the war of Ukraine, man.
Yep.
So a lot of the people that's actually spinning the narrative here in America and these different countries that Russia is just this big bag enemy, they're really waking up. They don't just fucking just take everything, like a lot of these Americans. They read books, man. They know history. They're looking at geopolitics.
That's why they're trying to censor the internet, because it's now come out that in 2014, the Obama administration had already hatched a plan to take over Ukraine so the United States of America can get a more secure location to go into Russia. Yeah. They know this now. They know, this is y'all plan all along. You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to continue on. I'm going to just get to the point real quick. This is, and thou shalt be cut off forever. But this was the point in verse 12, 13, and 14. It says, but thou should have not looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
Hey, they rejoiced. You have a day here in America called Columbus Day. That's a part of them rejoicing over the fall of the children of Israel.
That's right.
Okay? Columbus Day.
He didn't discover anything. It's like me walking into your house and you sitting there in the living room watching Netflix.
Right.
I didn't discover your house.
Right.
Okay?
Or you go walk in the refrigerator
And
you
shut
see,
you-
see a pack of chicken.
They shut you in the
Now
basement.
you got ownership.
Right.
You know, shut you in the basement. Now I'm on the couch
Now it's
watching
federally recognized.
Hulu and Netflix and shit. Like, no.
Right. That's them rejoicing. Yeah, Tubi. That's them rejoicing over the fall of Jacob. Christopher Columbus Day.
That's what it's about.
What's some other stuff for them rejoicing over?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, which we call it Thanksgiving.
4th of July.
Yeah, the 4th of July.
Independence.
Independence Day. 1776. Jake was still in hardcore bondage. Then you got something called Juneteenth.
That's what I was thinking.
When I say
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth,
You got Juneteenth. You know, all of these, majority of the days that they celebrate in this world is a mockery unto Jake.
That's right.
All right? So they rejoiced over the fall of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native, and Seminole Indians. And the Lord is going to give some retribution for that very soon. See, the thing about a prophet's job, a part of a characteristic of being a prophet is being patient. Okay? Because it burns in our spirit, it burns in our heart to see the Lord bring that judgment on the enemy, but we gotta wait. We gotta continue to stay on our post and continue to push these prophecies until they come to pass.
That's part of the patience. That's part of the suffering. We gotta bear and wait.
Yep.
That's part of the, you know.
Elder, what the scriptures always reiterate, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay? Meaning we gotta wait for it. The scriptures say, though it tarry, what? Wait for it. See, there was a point in time where we was running over Esau for over 1,000 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Running them down.
Then there was a point in time where through prophecy gonna be fulfilled that they was gonna what? They was gonna descend out the bottomless pit.
Break their minds. Yeah.
yeah,
You know?
technically Esau has not done. He has not ran over us for the same amount of time we did him during the time of what they call the Dark Ages or the medieval era. I mean, you're talking about from. I mean, if you want to go back to Nerva and Rome, the first Israelite emperor of Rome, all the way up until what 1400. That's a long time that blacks were over so-called white people. So his rebirth in the Renaissance. This is it says that a short time.
Yeah, he was pissed. Yeah.
You know,
Loose a little season.
yeah, loose a little season. It's just that he he's gonna try and get that control by a means that's going to have us in his servitude forever.
Perpetual
See,
slavery.
we didn't do that. We had him in chains, but we didn't, it wasn't like we was trying to totally just
Eradicate him.
yeah,
annihilate him.
yes, he's in violation.
Poison in the water.
Notice, it's almost like, maybe it's not that don't make sense, but it's almost like the Michael Jordan Bron debate. Which they say Jordan did more in less time.
Right.
That's like Esau. Esau did so much wickedness and evil towards us in that 500 years. It's really,
Hey, it goes into that the devil has a short time, so he
overcompensate.
comes down with great wrath.
Yep,
He's
come
been
down
coming
with
down
great
with great wrath.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Nah, that's on point though.
That way, motherfucker.
This way,
All
man.
right, go ahead and let
Yep.
boy ask
All right.
Yeah, bro.
I got pretty bad. Oh, this is Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the heathen.
That's the spirit. I was holding that too.
Sorry, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, Salakia.
Yeah, now the Gentiles right here, that don't represent the Israelite foreigners. The Gentiles right there. Because see, right here in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, he's prophesying about what the Bible calls World War III. Or not, the Bible don't call it World War III. We call it World War III. The Bible calls it the War of Armageddon. Okay? The Mountain of Troops. This is what Joel is prophesying about right here. The missiles. All right, go ahead, bro.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Yep.
Prepare war.
Yeah, prepare war. So that's why we know that we're prophets unto the nations, because Because right here, the Lord didn't say proclaim this to Israel. He said proclaim this to who? The Gentiles.
right?
Prepare what?
War.
Go ahead.
Wake up the mighty men.
Yeah, wake up the mighty men, like what brothers was talking about. You know, you got these different technologically advanced countries that's able to mass produce hypersonic missiles right now. That's waking up the mighty men.
And they're doing hella tests right now. You know?
Yeah.
Their whole thing is about advancing their already nuclear advanced missiles. They want them more advanced because they know it's a, what they call it, like a rat race.
Yeah.
All right? It's a rat race to see who can get the biggest and baddest missiles, because whoever get the biggest, baddest missiles is the biggest, baddest nation. It don't matter the fucking size. All that shit is becoming outdated.
Yep, they on the arms rush right now.
Yep, that's it, the arms race.
Yep.
Technology race.
Yep. Go ahead, bro.
Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up.
Yeah, everybody that's going to participate in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Armageddon, according to the Bible. See, all of y'all think Armageddon is about an asteroid with Bruce Willis riding on the top,
Right.
headed towards the earth.
Right on the top.
Yeah, with a device, he got to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
You know, in order to stop doomsday.
To save mankind as we know it.
Yeah, to save mankind. No, they sent Bruce Willis to an asteroid. That ain't Armageddon.
Right.
Armageddon in the Hebrew, when you break it down, Armageddon, you break it down, Har Magad-wan. That's where you get the word Megiddo from.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay? Now they got a thing called Project Megiddo, look it up. But the point I'm trying to make is it goes into mountain of the troops, a multitude of the troops.
Multitudes.
It does not the scripture say in Isaiah 17, the nations, the multitude of the nations make rushing like mighty waters.
Yep.
Okay? So that's what's being proclaimed right here. Armageddon. Armageddon is World War III. Okay? Which is going to end, World War III is going to end in a nuclear trade-off, mainly between America and Russia, and that's when America's going to finally be finished.
And the proof of that is when you watch movies like, I've seen this one movie, I don't know if brother's seen it, I go into it sometimes, but it's called The Hobbit, or The Battle of Five Armies.
Yo, yeah, oh, that's a good one.
It's a real good one.
Yep.
But a lot of times, how you know that Mountains talks about government is because when different nations actually gather, they have flag bearers. And just like when you stake a flag into a mountain, that represents actually government dominance. So when these different nations come together, they already come like a, you know what I'm saying? They come like a mountain. They come like they're a government because they already carrying the flag.
Right.
And that's why they always say when you stake a flag in the earth, that represents having dominance, or you govern the earth, man.
Yep, that's right.
You see?
Yep, go ahead, bro.
So continuing on, proclaim you this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near.
Yep, go ahead.
Let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
Yeah, meaning it ain't gonna be a time of you tilling the land, tilling the earth, you know, reaping the harvest. It's gonna be a time where all of your farmers and all of you guys that's out here, you're working for FedEx, you're working for UPS, Amazon, and you're doing all. Hey, they're gonna start drafting a lot of you out of these jobs.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no time to plow no more. Ain't gonna be no time to work.
A lot of these women,
work is gonna be goddamn war.
A lot of these women gonna be getting drafted.
I can't wait.
Oh yeah, that's.
I can't wait till you see a fucking nigga woman from the inner city of Cincinnati with crochet braids in her head on a cargo plane getting shipped off to the Middle East.
They're all over the place.
They got her ass hooked up on a cargo plane. She ain't even got no seat. She just got a seat belt tied to the wall. And they got her ass flying over the Atlantic at top speed.
With a deficient gun.
It's like you say with that helmet or crooked on your damn head.
Yeah, helmet. Yeah, crooked, the chin strap, the buckle of the chin strap right here.
And then you're gonna have to go over there and figure it out.
You got to figure it out, man.
As soon as the back of that plane open and that seatbelt come off, your ass gonna be in the desert. As soon as you step 5 feet on the turf, you gonna see hot lead flying your goddamn way. Go ahead, bro.
So she descending.
Right.
It's gonna be bullets.
Yeah, the plane gonna get hit. They gonna have to you better put your goddamn parachute on, bitch.
After they told you that I Am Legend, right when they pop out as zombies and shit, you gotta hit the ground running.
They ain't even gonna hit the ground. They just gonna parachute out. Go ahead and jump, bitch.
Throw you out.
Parachute gonna have bullet holes on it.
Not trained for nothing. It ain't got
We
no time for that.
can't wait.
Can't wait, man.
We can't wait, man.
Oh, and proof of that
Lord's
is,
getting ready to do what he gotta do.
so they're talking about the war in China, right? But they always talking about if we go to war with China, the production of a lot of markets is going to be halted because a lot of these different markets is springs from China.
Hell,
Yes.
all of them.
All of
Yeah,
them. So when it's
yeah.
China, you going to war with all these different nations, you're going to see a major cut of your production because a lot of these different productions come from these different countries. So what the hell the masses of the people going to do? Just sit around?
Right.
Nah, you're going to have to fight.
Yep.
America is a drop ship country.
Gone.
Right, China manufactures, Singapore manufactures, Thailand, Taiwan, right? There but what happens is America has companies like Amazon, UPS, FedEx, and basically all America does is ships it through, you put it in the box, and then you send it out.
Right.
It's a drop ship.
Yep. Drop ship. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. So it says, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears.
Yep.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
And that's the point right there. Let the weak say, I am strong. Yep. The weak who? The weak nations.
Yep.
Okay? The nations that weren't known for their military might. All right? Now let's try to name a couple of them on the list.
Pakistan.
Yeah, Pakistan, Egypt,
Iran.
Libya. Yeah, because the scriptures say Egypt and Libya is going to launch their missiles on America.
Yep.
Iran wasn't on no level with America at one point in time. Persia wasn't on no level like that, which is Iran. Okay? America pretty much had this thing hook, line, and sink.
Yeah, I named one, Bangladesh.
Yes. Oh, yeah. India.
India.
Which, Bangladesh is in India. But India is a very strong military country. Okay? But this is the point that we're making. Prophecy is speaking, is jumping off the pages right now. Okay? So let the weak say I'm strong. These other nations ain't worried about you Americans no more, man.
Right.
They want you to go to war with them. There's been all kind of alliances formed. There's been all kind of beneficiaries.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing right now. Hey, I'm sorry, brother. Shalom. Go ahead, bro.
All right. So it says, let the weak say, I am strong.
Yep.
Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen.
Yeah, that's how you know it's talking about the heathen. The other nations, man. All right? And the Lord is making it so beautiful because the nation of Israel, which are you Negroes, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, you ain't going to have to fight World War III with no missiles. He letting these heathens duke it out, man. See, we doing this in the spirit.
Yeah.
Which is really the heaviest war.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this is, if you know about that movie or that series, Highlander. Highlander was basically about a war between these two medieval factions that fought over time for centuries.
Yeah.
They basically fought throughout time. Well, that's Jacob and Esau.
Right.
It's a spiritual war. No, this is like a spiritual Highlander. Okay?
Yeah.
So we've been fighting this war since the beginning.
Yep.
Going back really to Cain and Abel.
Gone.
Okay? Jacob and Esau.
And it's a beautiful thing the Lord has it where we don't have to actually physically participate in this war, and just preach the word, because you know how it is with Jacob. The Lord giving us that rest where we don't have to actually which the Lord is going to give us the power to fight, but at the end of the day, it ain't going to be no physical fight like how it was during the time of Joshua. And, then the king dies and everybody.
During the time of Maccabees. Yep.
This is going to be basically a war with the nation, and they pretty much going to kamikaze each other out.
Really, the Lord got us fighting the war with ourselves. Because the heathens we got to beat ourselves right now. And then once we overcome the flesh, that's the main war that the Israelites is fighting, the flesh. Because once we overcome the flesh, basically the Lord is going to give us the heathen as a possession.
Yep.
It ain't really going to be one of those things where we're going to have to, have a front line and a flank, then the cannons, and we ain't going to have to do all that. Once the flesh is overcome, and we come back down on the chariots, Lord willing, we of the elect. But whoever the elect is going to come back down from the chariots. It's just going to be a full scare, just ceasing everybody, man.
Yeah, the war in the members.
Yep.
That's That's how I fight.
That's how I fight. The Lord don't want us to be in the middle of this contention between these nations. The Lord want us to get over ourselves right now, man.
Ephesians 6 and 10.
There you go.
The old man.
Yeah, the old man.
It's like an introvert.
Yeah.
Introvert war.
Yep.
In the race as well. The race is not against. I'm not racing against Zion one on the top. I'm racing against the old guy. I'm trying to outbeat. You gotta try to outbeat him. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You gotta run. You gotta make sure he don't catch up to you and overcome you.
That's it.
You gotta keep him subject. You gotta keep him in his place. Because if he puff up or leaven up, then he's going to suppress the new man that's being built. So the Lord don't want us to be getting all tactical.
Yeah,
with flash, you got a whole cabinet. You remember y'all back in the day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, goddamn canned goods and Vienna sausages all over the goddamn place. Yeah, the paint. The monkey nuts on the Draco.
He had the whole spread.
Yeah, he had a chopper look like it had goddamn wings on it. Yeah, with the collapsible stock, the collapsible shoulder stock, with the fiber optic barrels. Hey, the Lord don't want us getting into all of that bullshit.
It's to no avail.
Yeah, with the with the shoulder compression.
Hey, Jake like that be having all that crazy exotic shit. They gonna get capped off by the smallest of guns.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be a 7-year-old come through with a 22. All right. So the Lord, ultimately, the Lord, like what the elders and the brothers are saying, the Lord got us fighting a spiritual battle. See, the nation's gonna take care of each other. Because remember, the friction in the world is between the nations right now. Okay. And guess what? The Lord gonna let them duke it out. Then the chariots of the angels of the Most High, they gonna come get it in too.
And that's why we known as the hidden one. Because even with these different UN meetings and these assemblies, when these nations come to talk, we're not represented, but spiritually we represented by the Lord. So the Lord keeping us in the background and keeping us away from the madness and not having power in this world really is a benefit, man.
That's right.
Because we're not recognized. We're not really federally recognized and known as a powerful nation. But the Most High looks at us as a powerful people, so he keeps us out of the bullshit.
Yep.
So when everything goes down and war ensues, powerful nations are gonna look to destroy the most powerful nations because they're gonna be the biggest threats.
Yeah.
We're not a threat to Russia.
Right.
Like Russia, we gotta go to America, we gotta get those niggas. We gotta get those Latinos and Native Americans.
Right.
We already took down as a nation.
Done.
We're looking for salvation and deliverance, man.
That's right. Yep. They finished that off there. You had one, right?
Okay. So it says, it's like it. Let the heathen be wakened. Some of yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
And if I may say, what does that gathering yourselves together represent? All of the alliances that's forming right now between the heathen nations, mainly between NATO and BRICS. All right, BRICS. NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is comprised of the Northern Atlantic countries with America and Europe. Okay, then you got BRICS, which is formulated between Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. But then they have their cohorts with them as well. You got Egypt, because Egypt is going to side with the Russians.
Yep.
Libya.
Well, China's in Africa, so
right.
And it only makes...
Yeah, that's a good point.
These nations are going to get what makes more logistical economic sense, man. That's what it boils down to. Like, the reason, let's just break it down in street terms. The reason why Jake gets in gangs is because of their block. Right. Because of their streets and because of the cities, they're going to naturally emerge with a set because it's convenience. The school you go to, a lot of Jake, if it's 1,000 plus Crips in your school district or whatnot, why would you be in the opposite game? So you can get your ass whooped every single day?
Right.
Let's deal, going back to these different nations. A lot of these nations are going to resort to nations that's more beneficial or they're closer to, because it's going to help them out on the long run. They're not looking to become enemies and get assaulted, because America can only protect them so much from these other nations.
Now, first of all, America don't have enough active military troops to be protecting the world. Yeah. This country, I think, is about 320 to 330 something million citizens. Yeah. And only 1% of the citizens are actively serving in the military. So they don't have enough military power to spread out over 8 billion people.
That's why the nations don't turn to China.
This
and
place
Russia.
is
Don't make sense.
the place of unwalled villages.
Unwalled villages.
So there's no, here it is, so this place is at peace. Like, these people out here not thinking about tactical training.
Right.
Now, if you go over there to the state of Israel, you got to be a part of the military.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay? For at least 2 years. All right? What else? And you mentioned about these close coalitions, right? You got the Muslim Brotherhood with Iran,
Yep.
Iraq, India, these Middle Eastern Muslim countries. Even though it's Ishmael and Elam, they still share a common bond with that Islam.
Yep, that's right.
So they're known as the Muslim Brotherhood. Okay? Saudi Arabia. Okay? So these countries, they have it to where, hey, a lot of their citizens have to be a part of the military.
Yeah.
That's not required here in America. Okay? You just got to go to college for 4 years.
Right.
Participate in capitalism. Right? But if you go overseas in a place like I mentioned Israel and other countries, you gotta have at least a minimum of 2 years training in the military. Boot camp, something.
Yeah.
Okay? You gotta be able to know how to use the Kalashnikov, man. Okay?
Yep, go ahead, Al.
All right. Let the heathen be wicked and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yep, now let's hold it right there. The valley of Jehoshaphat, meaning the valley of Yahweh's Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, or Yahweh's decision. See, the Lord is saying he's going to plead with all the nations in the Middle East and that Saudi Arabian Peninsula, around Iraq and that area over there. See, the Lord is going to have all them nations over there messing around in that Persian Gulf, that Suez Canal.
What's the scripture? Is facing the east.
Yeah. Almost. And then if you look at that part, if you look at that, the hindermost parts. If you look at that Persian Gulf and that Strait of Hormuz, that Suez Canal, man, it's all kinds of countries that sit off of that. I think they say it's 8 countries that sit off of that little canal right there. You got UAE, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman.
That's a hot
I think Oman. It's like it's 8 countries right there. So
all around the Persian Gulf.
all around the Persian Gulf is full of not cities, countries.
Yeah, Ishmael. Oh, and then even when you get over there by the Suez Canal, going into the Red Sea region right there, you got Egypt.
You got Egypt.
You got Somalia. You got Eritrea.
Yep.
You got Kenya.
Ethiopia, like you said.
You got what was once known as Abyssinia right there. Okay.
So that's a prime area for all nations to gather together, because you got to think those countries, they got like UAE, if I'm not mistaken, is an ally to America or NATO. So and I'm telling you, they got all kind of warships in that Persian Gulf, boy. They got that Persian Gulf. Russia's over there. Yep. America, China, Japan, India, Europe, which is not Europe, but the United Kingdom, because Europe is a country. The United Kingdom is over there. Okay. South Africa got naval ships over there. So they already being set up.
Yeah,
all they got to do is start dropping them troops off over there. Once them troops start hitting boots on the ground over there, it's gonna go down, man. And expect that to happen. Expect that to happen, because that's gonna be a forerunner to bring about the end. Yeah. See, the MOTB in the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat, when that develops, that's a forerunner to let us know that our Lord and Savior is on the way back.
I got precept for you. Yep. This is Ezekiel 38:4. This is dealing with Gog and Magog for Russia. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth. And we've been seeing for well over a decade now of Russia bringing forth its military and all these different parades and armies, and this development of hypersonic nuclear missiles. It says, in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor.
Yep.
So that means all kinds of different war games.
Yes.
Military technology
That's
is
right.
being developed.
Yep.
It says, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Like I said, you got upgraded Rugers, Kalashnikovs,
Yep.
okay?
Yeah.
AK-74s,
Yep.
AK-47.
Yep.
You know, all these different weapons that, and that's just Russia.
Right.
And it's got to the point where the momentum is so fast and so aggressive that war has to take place. Because America, even though this is an extremely fast developing country, all nations is really getting to that point.
Yeah.
And like America, what they want to do? They want to halt production over here. They want to halt production over here. You can only halt production only so much.
Yeah.
These nations are becoming smarter. They're becoming wittier. They're getting better treaties, like they said. These different trade deals and agreements. Their citizens are coming up on a level. You know what I'm saying? In these different colleges and universities and things of that nature to actually create and craft these different developing weapons for their own destruction.
Right.
The Most High is really putting it in their spirit to be advanced. What it says in the last days, knowledge shall be increased, man.
Yeah, S-300, S-400,
Right.
S-500.
Yep.
Okay, Iran is shipping drones off to Russia.
Little boy and Fat Man didn't even really get a chance to get out there and play.
Oh man, no. And
So
all
they
with
didn't,
this-
they didn't develop.
they serve their purpose though.
They serve their purpose,
serve
but
their purpose.
the point
They
I'm
develop
making
so
is
fast.
the advancement of it.
Yeah, because it
You
happens
know,
so quick.
it happened so
It's
quick.
outdated.
What it say? The third woe cometh quick.
It
That's
comes
right.
quickly.
Okay.
They couldn't even really play around with Little Boy and Fat
They
Man.
couldn't really
Yeah.
play around.
But when all hell break loose, hey, they got a lot of those too.
Yeah, man, they got them bombs.
Oh yeah, they got bombs that still go back to the 60s
Yeah.
and 70s, man.
They got the Moab.
Yeah, the
they'll say
Moab.
it, yeah, they'll say it in videos.
That's why Esau wants to. Oh, you go. No,
I was gonna say that going to that you use that scripture, I think Ezekiel 21. This is the sword is sharpened to make a sword smarter.
Oh yeah, let me get it. I'll hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a good
And I
one.
was gonna say
Weapons are being constantly tuned,
Nuclear-
Let me get that.
upgraded. That's
It
a
says given into the hand of the slayer.
Slayer.
Yeah. That's why this nuclear proliferation treaty is so big, dealing with Iran in the West, because that's a part of them being able to upgrade their military.
Right.
I'm gonna finish reading because we talked about this. It says even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
They said a great company, meaning a lot of nations.
Yeah.
And you always break it down. Come, mean with, and penny, bread.
Yeah.
So why is these nations really coming together? Is because there's a financial backing behind this.
Yeah, resources, all of
They
that.
got so many ties
Yep.
together that they can't not. That's what happens with war. These different nations, they give each other resources, but they get
Yep.
comforted from those resources,
Yeah.
and they see that a nation that they're fighting or that they're allies with is at war. They want those they want to keep those benefits with those countries, so they're willing to give them portions of the military. If China makes the call to these different nations that they've been giving hella goods to about using some of their military men, you know what I'm saying, for that war, you think these nations gonna say no? Because what's gonna happen if they start to wax defiant against their against their allies? Then that's when you have halts in production, sanctions, and things of that nature. These different nations can't afford no fucking sanctions.
Right.
You know? Look how it is already in America. America cutting off certain, like they'll cut off resources and restaurants and stuff like that, production and stuff like that, jobs in these different countries. A lot of these nations are already chemically induced with a lot of those different foods and stuff that they're given. So it's going to be protests and riots. Now they got to fight they got to fight in-house and on the outskirts. That's too much, man.
And that's what's happening.
That's
Yep.
what's happening.
That's what's
That's
happening.
exactly
If you
what's
look at Belarus, they're dealing with protests. Iran, protests. Okay, these countries are doing. Ethiopia, protests. They got these protests going on. They're just not plastered all on the news everywhere. So it's pertinent for these nations to say, okay, we got to start seeing how can we secure military action, military allies. Right? I'm finishing this out though. It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them.
Yep.
All of them was shield and helmet. And we were just talking about how you got these countries along that Persian Gulf, that Suez Canal region that's going to be allied to these nations like Russia, Saudi Arabia. All these countries, okay, are going to side with Russia, okay, because of the beneficial
Backing of it.
yeah, backing that they have. Protection.
Yep.
You know Russia's known for the mob.
Oh, hell yeah.
So they're going to get their mob backing, man. Okay?
And a lot of
Right.
these nations are fearful, man. Even though they're developing, they're still small countries and they're wedged in the middle of major conflicts.
So they're gonna pick a side.
They got to pick a side.
Yeah, pick a side. Because the West is weak. NATO is weak. Okay?
Yeah.
There's all kind of articles of, matter of fact, Macron of France, okay? He himself said that NATO was brain dead.
Damn.
This was back in 2021. So NATO's basically on life support.
Yeah.
That's why when Turkey wants to leave, when Syria,
They could do better without
you
them.
know what I'm saying?
Bad off body.
You know, that's heavy because they need strong countries, whether it's military or financial wise, to
Yep.
latch on to the beast.
And the UK already gone.
Yeah, and you know, the Brexit, okay? And you got major countries leaving, so they're trying to get countries like Sweden, Finland in there. Because it's gonna come a time when these nations, which are supported by the Western superpowers and Russia in the East, they're gonna have to pick a side.
Yep.
And they're gonna come to blows.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
And that's Bible prophecy.
That's Bible prophecy. Hey, and Bible prophecy trumps everything.
That's right.
You know? Yep. Was it some more on that tonight?
Let me see.
If not, I.
Yeah.
I got some
Yeah,
of
this is verse
Okay,
6.
come.
It says, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters. That's Turkey.
Yeah, come.
If you look on the map, where you got Rosh with his Magog, and then you look over there by, across the Black Sea, past the Caspian Sea, over there to Turkey, all right? You're going to see Gomer on the ancient map,
Yep.
all right?
That's where the Japhites settled.
They're going to latch on to Russia, and they're going to be a part of that great company that is assembled onto them.
That's right.
That's why when Turkey, what was when the leader of Turkey, Precept, cussed them out a few weeks before, then they had that major earthquake.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Because
yep.
now
Yep.
they have to get who is going to be the first ones to come in there and send their support. NATO, France, okay, UN countries. So now it's basically like, nah, Turkey, you can't leave.
You need our help.
You need our help now.
Yep.
You know?
Trying to little boy to
So
make
now it's
Turkey's
time
all
to
on the
send our
ground,
soldiers.
knocked out.
Now we can send our soldiers in there.
You know?
Our military. We
Yeah.
can position our military in there because you know what happens after a natural disaster. It's a civil unrest.
Yeah, it's a free for all.
So they're gonna have to, you know, hey, like we always say, problem, reaction, solution, the Hegelian dialectic.
Yeah, and the death toll is over 40,000.
Hey man, call Allah Yahweh by Shana
Okay.
shot.
Inshallah, Yahweh shot, because that was a major earthquake. It's over 40,000 and it's still climbing.
Yep. There's gonna be more because that's a lot of rubble to pull back.
Don't be surprised if maybe almost 100,000.
That's a lot of bricks to pull back.
Remember, because last week I pulled up the population of Ankara, the capital, it was like a couple million. So if the Most High took out 100,000 people in an earthquake, that's nothing.
Right.
Okay, but they're like 40,000 right now.
Yep. And that's
If not more as we speak.
And that definitely is going to contribute to more war games and more strategic movements from these armies. It's like what the brother said. We just broke down Ukraine and showed that was a military operation. But now Turkey is also a military operation as well because that's a stronghold. You got to think Turkey is right there, right beneath what? What is Turkey What is Turkey south of? Russia. It's southwest of Russia. Because right north of Turkey, you got what? You got Georgia. You know, on the eastern side of Turkey, going north, you got the country Georgia, the Caucasus Mountains. Then you got Russia.
Right there, yeah.
Why you think during the Renaissance period, You had Esau went into where? Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey.
The Ottoman Empire. That was in Turkey. That was the revitalization of in Turkey, because the fucking Caucasus Mountains is right there, and it divides Turkey to Georgia. I think it's Georgia and Armenia. It divides Russia it divides Russia from Turkey. So it's a piece of land that NATO needs to strategize and position the troops. Remember, war is about strategy and positioning. And who got the big stick? Like, what was the name of that president that said that? Or was it a president? He said he walk. You did the lesson on it.
Roosevelt.
Walk quiet and carry a big stick. Let me look it up real quick.
Roosevelt.
Walk light and carry a big stick.
It might have been Roosevelt, it might have been Churchill.
You did a lesson on these a couple years ago. I'm gonna find it real quick. But
I got
go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I'm finishing the verse out. Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38 and 6. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands. So Turkey is going to get with Russia. Okay?
Yep. It was Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick.
Okay.
Theodore Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick. You will go far.
Hey, yeah, that's that having them weapons.
Yep.
You know, that big stick.
That stick talk,
That
man.
stick talk.
Yeah.
Stick to it.
Yeah, you had brought that out in the
sanction
class
you
with
and
yellow
all of that.
journalism back in the day. Yeah, I remember that quote. Yep, you got it though, bro.
It says, and many people with thee, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself.
Shalom, bro.
Right? And that's what Russia's doing. Russia is preparing itself for the conflict. Like you said, this thing with Ukraine is a war exercise.
Yeah.
Okay? What kind of troops can we send in here to get this country? Do we need all our military? Do we just need to send certain type of troops? It's like a gauge.
Yeah,
It is
It's a gauge.
It is
It's a temperature gauge.
Yep.
Okay? What tactics worked 30 years ago during the fall of the former Soviet, and what tactics can we employ today that still works, or what new things can we enact?
Well, they knew
put into
also
place?
with this
There's
war.
all kind of things they're doing. How many people in the military leadership are defectives? Who's sending out information? You know?
And also going to war with Ukraine is like fighting America on a small level. But when you're fighting an ally of a nation, what? You're fighting a proxy war. It's a third-party war. And what everybody's speculating and seeing, according to American media online or whatnot, they're saying that Russia's not doing too good as far as a lot of this technology goes. A lot of this technology is outdated, things of that nature. This is what they're saying. But if that's the case, these individuals, they're studying, like you just said, they're getting a gauge of, okay, we can do it, we can fight this way, we can fight this way. They're learning to how to advance themselves, and they're gauging their military presence, just like boxing.
It's an exhibition
The more you
match,
fight,
man.
yeah, just like when you fight, you learn as you fight, man.
Yep.
You learn as you go. So for Russia to engage in this battle, they're only heating and charging up. Just charging up the beast on the east.
And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop.
Nope.
It's not going to stop at all.
What they call it in boxing, they call it a tune-up. They call it a tune-up fight, I think. You fighting a while, so you take a couple tune-up fights so you can get back in, back in fighting shape, so to speak.
And the first thing you're doing when you boxing, you're measuring out the opponent, trying to see how quick his jab is. You're trying to
his reach.
His reach.
You know what I'm saying? Does he
Doing
drop his lead hand?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is he tight with the footwork? They're trying to see, how they
learn
move.
their rhythm.
What type of weapons is America sending? It is all propaganda.
Yeah,
because of one thing, they'll say Russia's technology is outdated, but then you got American news reporters saying how Russia's upgraded from the S-300 to the damn 600.
See that?
Okay? They're saying how America is late in the hypersonic missile development department
It's like the other way
when
around.
Russia's the first one to really get the hypersonic missiles.
So which one is it?
Yeah, which one is it?
So are they outdated or now?
Are they updated?
Now they could be using. Now could Russia be using
Some of the outdated,
Cold War weapons? Yeah,
I see
if
what
they
you're saying.
still work.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
got
why not?
you
Yeah.
got it to. There was a report. I can look it up. That basically I forget where it was, but recently in one of these populous countries and cities, I don't know, it was a group of teenagers or something, they stepped on a damn landmine from Vietnam.
Oh, I seen that. God damn.
So does this old technology from the 70s and 80s and 60s work? Yeah. Okay?
Old Faithful.
Yeah.
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 If I can say, I posted that video
Yeah.
right after you posted about NATO. They creating the Space Force or whatnot. But I had posted a video on Esau actually saying that within that video. He was basically saying, yeah, all the technology that was in the 30s, 20s, 40s,
Yeah.
we're still using it, but year by year goes by, we're just trying to top that. So
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's what you do. It still
Yeah.
work. Listen, man, okay, if Esau could pull out a damn musket, he would. Okay?
To get the job done.
Right, if it get the job done, if you're in close quarters combat and you got a musket and a because some of the muskets they had
That's when you
matter
got
of fact
get
the
the
French.
stick.
Yeah. Well, the French had a
Stuff. Yeah, stuff.
I'm thinking of the rifle with the bayonet, right? If you in close quarters combat and all you got is a bayonet, I'd rather have the rifle with a bayonet than trying to go hand-to-hand combat with a trained Spetsnaz soldier. Because with that bayonet, I can stab the soldier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay?
Man,
So
yeah.
if they're using that technology and that's what they're reporting and there's some truth to it, that's because it's
It's effective, goddamn.
right, it's being effective. Or they're trying to see how effective it is. That doesn't mean Russia don't have the big guns
Right. Exactly.
waiting in the stronghold,
They're just using what they.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
you know?
And they need to see what Ukraine has in their what kind of advancements that Ukraine has, what kind of advancements that America has.
yeah. You remember they came out with an article about 4 months ago saying that there was one point during time of war with Russia and Ukraine, Russia had to fall back a little bit because they were saying that Ukraine came out of nowhere with super soldiers.
Yeah. When that came from America.
See?
A lot of that shit is coming from America supplying Ukraine with that
supplying,
shit, man.
Sending in them
So-
secret exoskeletons.
Tens of billions of
suits,
dollars. That's
When
what
all that money,
drones.
that ain't no little boy money they throwing at Ukraine, man.
billions.
Yeah. But remember when Trump was in office, he took all that money out of the education budget and the transportation budget, department budget, and he put that into DARPA and the military.
Yeah.
Why did Trump do that? And he created the Space Force. Why did Trump do that? Because Trump wants America to be that hammer on the earth.
Yeah.
He want to make America great again.
Great on U.S. of A.
You know, but the prophecy says that these nations are going to get the upper hand
They
on
gonna get that
Babylon
advantage,
the Great.
right. Yeah.
I'm gonna finish this last part. It says, "Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them."
Yep.
So Russia is a guard to these other nations that come unto it for help, that does trade, bricks, with the financial, all of that. Okay?
Yeah, because the stronger Russia gets, it benefits all the allies.
Everybody
the
else
allies,
gets stronger. Yeah.
They get stronger.
The same thing that happened with the U.S. after World War II.
But the thing is, with America, the stronger America gets, the weaker its allies gets. It's not like these allied nations are becoming stronger. They're really sucking the blood out of a lot of these different nations. Yeah, they have certain resources and stuff like that. But a lot of them seeing that they're being poisoned, a lot of their food supply is being shortened. You know what I'm saying? Even though America is a strong nation, look at America's citizens. Sirach the 10th chapter. America is such a strong nation, but we just spoke about that.
Yeah.
Why don't we get benefits
Yeah.
like Ukraine is getting benefits? The average American has to work 2-3 damn jobs
Yep.
in order to live in a fucking box.
Just to get just a bowl of water.
Yeah, just you know what I'm saying. Average American
Just the ball
is,
right in the
is
back.
heavily in debt, man, and financial straits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they not able to come out of this poverty.
Yeah.
Interest rates and things of that nature keep going up. You know, but America is just a strong nation.
Right.
So as America
Time
grows
is
stronger,
going
nations around it that they're in allegiance with become weaker. But as Russia and China become stronger, the nations that they're in allegiance with become stronger, man.
We sound strong.
So it only makes sense. That's why you had a Brexit, like we said, and France trying to turn their back on their allies and things like that. Europe trying to turn it, these European nations trying to turn their back. Because they see that it's not really a full benefit as it's supposed to be. You know, that's why America is known as the mistress of witchcraft, because that's how witchcraft works.
Yeah.
You know? You think you're getting the upper hand, but you're getting bamboozled every time.
Trick every time.
Like the 3-card Monty type trick.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? You thinking you
Find a
gonna
woman. Find a woman.
you think you gonna find it, you might put $100, you like I can turn this $100 to $500 and things of that nature. Next thing you know,
You turn that 100 to 0.
turn that 100 to 0. Next thing you know, you owe money.
Right.
You know?
Right. You're right. You owe. How I owe you?
Yeah, you fucking debt, man.
Yeah.
But continuing on, would you have them?
No, I had Isaiah 13.
Okay, I'm gonna just read this last little bit. But put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
Yeah, the day of the Lord is near, man. Hey, and when we talk about the day of the Lord, what really is the day of the Lord?
Right.
The day of the Lord is judgment.
Judgment day.
Okay?
Judgment
A day when the Lord pronounces judgment on the world. And he's going to pronounce judgment through war. Okay? And the deliverance of his saints. But that's a part of the Lord's judgment as well. Being judged as a righteous member of the elect. See, when people think about judgment day, they think about, like I said earlier, asteroid.
Yeah.
You know, like Deep Impact, that movie with Morgan Freeman. That's what people think about Judgment Day.
Right.
No, the day of the Lord is a day where the Lord brings his divine judgment to the earth through signs and effects. Okay? That's how Judgment Day is going to come. You're going to see angelic forces. Now, right now, you got this whole spy balloon. They just shooting. And I got to do, I want to go into that on a lesson. First of all, the chariots are indestructible.
We just not going to that.
Yeah,
Spirit.
Yeah, that's spirit.
And angels can't die.
They indestructible.
Angels can't even die.
So you ain't about to, you can't stop the signs of the Lord.
Right.
It tells you when he oh, this will call your topic right here, boy.
Yeah,
Chariots. Oh, yeah, you love them chariots, boy. No, what you about to say, bro?
No, I was gonna say they actually have on video, and you can still look this up on YouTube. They actually have videos of them trying to shoot down chariots, and what do the chariots simply do? Just move to the sides and nudge.
Yeah.
And they shooting lasers, all types of technology out there towards the chariots.
Yeah.
And all they doing is like bro, this not it.
You're saying this is not even in the point that and that's a good point, because Esau is trying to push a narrative that he can control the signs of the Most High. See, we can create the earthquakes. We can shoot down the chariots, and we're gonna win World War III. You trying to upset the signs of the Most High that he's using to declare unto his elect that Yahweh shall come. It don't work like that, my man.
What was that report? Now you got NATO trying to make a space force. Why?
Yeah.
That's just an excuse.
Right.
Now NATO wants to make a space force.
Right.
Based off of I'm pretty sure based off of the research that the U.S. has done after these last 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
So now that NATO has its foothold as a coalition conglomerate in the space race, not only with that rival what Russia and China's trying to do.
Right.
Okay, but the thing is that comes out at the same time these spy balloons being reported.
Right. Come on, man.
You know?
Come on, man.
I mean, it's okay to say that, listen, we want a space force because there might be threats from outer space. I mean, these people, they've seen enough Marvel movies.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they'll be like, okay, yeah, there is. If I did see a chariot, just bring it up.
Right.
But they gotta be.
Yeah.
They got to do it like that because they got enemies on the earth too.
Yep.
Because they're trying to fight too many fronts. You want to fight Russia,
Right.
but you want to fight the chariots, but
Right.
you're fighting your own damn citizens.
Yep.
You know.
It's a full scale, you know, just collapse right now. What we're witnessing, and the thing about it, like we were saying earlier, the chariots they gonna get at Esau in the sky.
Yep.
That's gonna be also a part of that war.
The war in heaven.
Yeah, the war. You got the war.
Yeah,
You got the
got
war
that.
in heaven. You got the war at Armageddon.
That ain't talking about the angels and Michael arguing in the
Oh my gosh! Did y'all see that?
man.
Did you see that?
What?
A war and his compadre said that
Oh,
the war in heaven between Michael and Satan was them in heaven arguing about the elect in front of the Most High.
So you're saying it already happened?
Right.
What?
They're arguing right now in front of the Most High about the elect. They ain't talking about no war in heaven between the chariots. Well, what is
Man,
hold
I
on,
got it right
hold on.
here.
What is Second Ezra the 13th chapter going to?
Exactly.
What is that talking about then?
That's correct. It's the same prophecy.
These guys don't know the scriptures. But this is all just a culmination of things that's going to happen to declare the coming of the Son of the Most High, whose name is Yahweh.
That's what happened.
Esau, you can't stop these signs from coming to pass.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The signs, the Lord is going to show the signs to the whole earth, but really the signs is for the elect, man.
Right.
I got a quick question.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You want to say something?
Well, I just gonna say that's what happens when you teach for super
For Fufu Sufu's. You
sake.
start teaching for Philly Fufu's doing.
When you teach for super sake, you start bringing out all kinds of madness.
Right. That nigga ate too much ribs in his kid.
Sweet baby, sweet baby Ray's on there.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
This is on the topic of the chariots. I saw thinking he going, basically him saying that he shooting down a chariot, trying to basically put the chariots on his level.
Right.
Saying that it's the same thing with the landing on the moon.
Yep.
Same thing.
Oh,
Same
That's
thing.
it.
Now we have the advancents where we can shoot down chariots and stuff like that.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Fucking liar.
Yeah, this is it's Isaiah 31:3. Now the Egyptians
Right, that's a good one.
Yep. Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High.
Right, it's Americans.
Yep.
Right, they're men.
Yep. And their horses flesh and not spirit.
Hey, and who's to say the Most High couldn't create a dud chariot in the heavens just for you to believe you actually shot down an actual chariot of the Most High?
Yeah, put you in a trick basket.
Put you in a fucking trick basket. The Most High has the power to do. He's the master of
whatever he
war.
wanna do.
He can do whatever he want to
But
do.
most-
You know?
But the Lord gonna show his power.
He gonna
Yeah, he gonna show his power. He ain't gonna do no dirt.
Glorify himself.
I'm just saying, in the case of
Yeah,
but you
per
have
adventure.
these devils, per adventure.
Right.
You know,
Does that mean that you still have the capability of taking down
Right.
fleets of
That'll
chariots?
trick- Right, that'll trick the hell out of you.
You got your Howard shot chariot might probably be half the size of the earth.
Right.
Right.
Be shooting for a long time. Yeah.
Like the whole sky.
It look like one of those
Yep.
Star Wars ships.
Block out
But
the-
it loads up
gonna
all
block
that
out
energy.
Yep.
You can see the ball.
Second and
ring
the
of
13th
light.
chapter.
Bro,
That's
second
so-
as the 13th chapter killed the whole
concentrated
argument. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah, whole second as the 13th, Zakari.
I'll finish it off. It says, when the Lord Yahweh Shai shall stretch out his hand, both he that is helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down,
Everybody
and they
gonna touch.
all shall fail together.
Yeah, you see that?
Everybody.
So, ooh. Space Force, ooh.
Space
Air Force, ooh. What do you got to say about that? You ain't shot no chariot down.
nah.
You know why? You will be bragging about it.
Yeah, they were bad.
Right.
You will be demonstrating your power.
Yeah.
Because if you know you got this level of ops in Russia and China, and you would be showing them right now. Look what we took down.
Sending them postcards of that
But
shit.
that's what the whole space landing, moon landing was about.
Yeah.
Let us show Sputnik and the Russians in the 60s what
Right.
we can do. We landed a man on the moon.
Yeah.
We put our American flag there.
Let us show the space knots.
And then, and then you go online and you look on the news, you see a damn tripod with a damn bed sheet over it. Talking about this is the spy balloon.
Right.
It looks like a damn tripod.
Well, that's the witchcraft. That's how.
That's the witch, and it
That's
and
the
they go to
hook.
show you how bad Esau's witchcraft is failing,
Yeah.
because that's what you use to demonstrate
That's
Right.
what you
spy
shot.
balloon, bro.
Right.
You got skyscrapers and you got all this technology,
Not a
and
drone.
that looked like a science project by a third grader.
Right. I mean, a real drone is about the size of that traffic light right there. I'm saying it's huge, but they be up there.
Yeah.
They didn't shoot down nothing like that.
Right.
It didn't have wings.
Right.
It wasn't like a real. Then they said one they shot down was like a citizen hot balloon. You know, the citizens be having a hot balloon. Like, come on, man.
But then again, they were saying that they were shooting down unidentified flying objects, and they said that they're not ruling out the possibility of it being a UFO. So where is the evidence that you actually shot it out the sky? You should be able to go to this extraterrestrial vehicle. You should be able to get the parts, and you should be able to brag. You should be able to at least brag to the world and be like, look at what we just took down in American skies, man.
Yeah, he is the proud.
Right? Because why wouldn't he do that?
Yeah,
Why wouldn't America do that? Document everything else. Why would you want to keep that top secret and classified? See, what's happening right now is Esau wants the world to continue to think that he has the power that he don't have.
That's it.
That's what he's doing.
He's never had.
He wants everybody to continue to be under the illusion that he is still powerful, man.
Esau's real biggest power was the bomb.
Right.
And now these other nations got it. So you ain't got nothing.
You ain't
You ain't got nothing.
You ain't got nothing.
You don't have anything.
Only
All
power
right?
you guys what pertains on earth.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's diminishing too.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
God. The second Ezra 13, start from the top. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night.
Yep.
And lo, there arose a wind from the sea.
The
That
sea
it-
represents what? People. Okay.
See the nation.
Yep. Go ahead, bro. Yep. The
God.
nations.
Continuing on in verse 2, it reads that it moved all the ways thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures tell you in the book of Matthew that Yahweh Shai is going to come back with thousands of angels. Okay? That they the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. They're in the same spirit. Okay? The Lord is going to return from the throne of the Most High with a fleet of angels, angelic forces, and they're going to come across that Atlantic Ocean. Because remember, they're going to go fight the valley of in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. So we got to understand the. We did a lesson, me and the brother lawyer, called understanding prophetic timelines. All right, certain prophecies ain't gonna happen before others. There's an actual order of prophecy that the Lord ain't just about to just, all right, free for all prophecy. You know, the chip come before slavery. It's an order to it. It's a story. It's a story and it's an arrangement.
So part 5 is gonna come first, and then part 2 gonna come later.
Right.
It's a season for everything.
Yep. And the Lord is orderly. You know.
Yeah.
It ain't, you know. So like I'm saying, it is all of these things is gonna happen in a particular order. Okay. Go ahead, bro.
God, continuing on, it reads, verse 3, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Yep.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Yeah, meaning when he moved, because remember in the book of Ezekiel, it tell you that the chariot went whithersoever the creatures went. So it say when he turned his face to look, meaning when he moved. All right, it say all of the people that beheld him were what?
It says, oh, Flaky, trying to turn it on. Flaky.
Yep. It's good.
God. Continuing on in verse 4, it says, actually verse 3, it reads, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
So you mean to tell me the American Air Force or whoever seen a chariot, and y'all had the level of bravery to take it down
without trembling.
without trembling? See, this is how you know. This is why the scripture says we have the scripture to give us comfort.
Yeah.
We can cut through all of your
All the
bullshit.
bullshit.
Because Esau, the so-called white man, is a master manipulator.
I have a word for
The
you.
apocrypha is not part of the
Go ahead,
Bible.
bro.
God, now this is the word tremble on the online etymon, right? It's a verb. It says shake from fear. Like if you see an old something like Scooby-Doo, when they fear something, what they whole body do, they always shake.
They shake.
Their knees be,
Voice trembling, voice shaking.
He's not.
Yep, hair standing up.
Yeah. And it even goes into how the Lord is going to really push them to fight. So, how is it now that this devil basically is able to just destroy a chariot? Would you just tell me the chariot just got caught slipping? You know?
Right.
And these chariots and all their majesty, you know, able to actually see all things, and they know the advancements of technology, why would they put themselves in a position of getting destroyed?
Right.
That don't make sense in itself, man.
Right.
You got it.
Continuing on that word tremble, it says cold. So our people get the cold sweats, you know, just an unwelcoming feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. It says tremble, fear. It says shiver, quake,
Yep.
to tremble.
Yep.
Tremble.
So
excuse me.
this is what's being, that's good on that definition.
Okay, kind.
This is what's being described from the people that beheld the coming of the Lord. When the Lord comes back, everybody ain't gonna be all jumping for joy and throwing up pom-poms in the air.
They're gonna be scared.
They're gonna be scared.
Like Independence Day, when that chariot came, and that white woman was all screaming,
Right.
and then she got hit by a laser beam.
Yep.
That's how the Lord coming back.
Hey, that's why the scriptures say, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Yep.
To what end is it for you?
And that's
The world is going to understand that the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son is not too fond of you.
Yep. Right.
Regardless of how you feel, you're going to learn it, man.
That's right.
Hey, and the scripture speak about how the Lord is basically going to come in like a thief in the night. When a thief comes, they come in a position where you can't really identify, man.
Yep.
People don't, when they see the chariots of the Most High, they don't know what that is, man.
Right.
They think of that as still being aliens.
Yep.
And the Lord really wants that narrative to be put, because He don't, you know, He doesn't really want you people to really know who He truly is, man.
Because the Lord only wants us to know who He truly is. The Lord wants them to know His power.
He wants them to know His
So
power.
that's it.
That's it.
You think Kim Jong-un want the average citizen to know him?
Hell no.
He only want his family. You know, let his family describe him.
Yeah.
He was so sweet
Such
and
a good-
gentle, and he
yep.
was nice. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. You know, I remember as a child. But then you think he want his citizens to know that part of him?
right.
The only thing he want them to know
That's
is
his
if you
powers.
break my laws,
Yep.
I'm gonna give you 15 and 20 in the slammer.
Yep.
He wants to know His power.
That's what the Most High. The Lord is not your friend.
Right.
The Lord ain't a friend of this world. That's why He told us, if you have friendship of the world, you can't be a friend of mine.
Right. Let's say being a friend of the word is enmity with the Most High.
Yeah, enmity with the Most High.
Chummy.
You see that? Yeah. Kikin. See, yeah, man, when the Lord sent Moses, the Lord was close to Moses.
Yeah.
Right.
He brought Moses into His bosom, and He gave him Moses.
Abraham.
Gave him Abraham. Abraham was known as a friend of the Most High,
High.
but he gave Moses. He gave Moses some inside information.
Yeah.
This is what you go tell my people.
Yeah.
But as far as what I need you to do in Egypt, show them my power.
Show him the power.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what when we read there in 2nd Ezra, they were trembling. Okay?
Even when Yahweh told the disciples, right, the apostles, that ye are my friends. He said, you are my friends because I tell you where I'm going. Everybody else, He spoke to them in secrets and parables and stuff. But to the disciples, they said he spoke plainly because they were close with Yahweh. Moses and Abraham was close with the Heavenly Father Yahweh, right? King David, he was a man after the Most High's own heart. You know, seeking to really understand the Most High and really be close to Him. Okay? All right?
The scripture say the Most High revealed the secrets to the servants and prophets.
Right. He revealed the secrets to His servants, the prophets. This is why we know and understand what's going on, and we speak so confidently and we speak so vividly about these things happening because we know the secrets. Okay? Everybody else don't have the secrets.
They ain't got the secrets.
We can speak very plainly and you still not get it because the Most High is not dealing with you. All right? But those of the elect that have eyes to see and ears to hear, they know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine with us. Okay?
Yep.
That's what it's about, the elect,
That's right.
the chosen.
Some on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The 2nd Ezra, going back to 2nd Ezra 13, now we're starting at verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice.
Yeah, man. That goes into the lasers that's going to come out of the fathership. Yahweh Shai's chariot. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Oh, and if I may say, this devil actually saying that he shot down a chariot, that gives leeway to push a narrative too, that if they were to quote unquote retaliate, that they have a reason to. So when the Lord actually comes and brings destruction, that's them retaliating for when we did so and so.
Right.
Nah, the Lord is gonna come back and He was gonna come regardless and put the hammer down on you.
Yeah, whether you did that or not.
Whether you did that or
y'all
not.
didn't do anything.
But they didn't do anything. But they want to keep that. Esau is all about the narrative.
He's
man.
about the narrative. He's king of creating narrative.
Master manipulator.
Yep, master manipulator. Yep, go ahead, Al.
God, continuing on to verse.
So now So now, when things go down, they got that as a talking point in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 2 or 3 chariots that we shot down XYZ. Now they've come back with fleets of forces to retaliate. So now we have to fight XYZ. You see what I'm saying?
Breaking news. President get on the TV. We have made contact with extraterrestrial forces. This is real. This is not a test. They are a threat, and we must put aside our differences. That's what that's talking about.
That's exactly what it's talking about.
That's send Biden up there.
Oh, Biden gonna fuck that whole thing up.
I'll fall asleep.
Biden couldn't even.
Like stare the audience.
I know.
Right. Go ahead, bro. Let's get through this so we can go get ready to close it out.
John, verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number. From the 4 winds of the heaven.
Now hold it right there. This is talking about men from everywhere. Not just American Space Force. Right. So this shows you right here, where would the Lord be for all men to try to fight him in one situation? Right. The Valley of Yahweh Shaphat. Right. Okay. So we gotta look at what's perfect setting. We gotta look at what's being said. Because every man from the 4 corners of the earth can't fight in American skies. Right. All men from 4 winds of the earth can't fight in Russian or Chinese skies.
Yeah, their airspace is restricted.
It's restricted
airspace. You're still gonna have commercial flights and stuff going on, so you know.
Yep, it's restricted airspace, like what the brother said. Yeah. So what that's talking about is the armies of the nations that's going to fight against the Most High. It's not just going to be America.
And that's why you show movies like Fifth Wave. Because America's going to get jacked up too, but they're going to create new security measures to implant individuals to make sure that you're not an alien or you haven't been bugged by an alien and things of that nature. It shows you that infant wave. And it's like we said that earlier.
Yep.
You have the technology in you so that you can see who's the alien, who's not the alien.
Remember Men in Black?
Yeah, Men in Black.
You had the thing, the little flasher.
Yeah.
Get the scanner.
Yeah. Yep. See who had been infiltrated.
Yep.
So don't find it far-fetched. See, Esau, one thing Esau don't do is he never sleeps on a threat.
Right. Nah, hell no.
You know, he's not about to sit up here and act like the angels of the Most High don't exist. He's going to prepare. He might push it to the world like it's a fairy tale's unidentified flying object. But why they got so much classified information then? All right, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Con, that's a good point. Verse 6, it reads, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. Yep. Which is describing the chariot.
That's right.
Okay. Verse 7. I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not.
Yeah, meaning he took up the sky.
Took up the whole sky.
So like we standing here, that means it's going to cover, like you see where the sky is at. The chariot is going to eclipse that building. Those buildings all the way down there.
It's going to block out the sun.
Block out.
That's crazy.
Wait. A day of darkness and
luminous.
And you know
there
how
shall be. It's going to say there shall be no light in it.
No light in it.
That's what he's describing. And you know the verbiage that's being used is it makes a striking parallel to Daniel. Because Daniel described Yahweh Shai as a stone that wasn't cut. It wasn't cut out by man.
Cut out by man's hands.
Did they not reference Yahweh Shai as the stone that the builders disallowed?
Yep.
So he's describing that chariot as a mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, that you couldn't make out the region where it began or ended.
Yeah, like, what mountain
you mean to tell me that Esau has the capability to take something like that down? Come on, man. They gotta cut the bullshit, man.
You know, he shot down probably the size of a bus. It was the size of maybe about a bus.
Right. It took y'all niggas 2 years to clean up 9/11, but you could take down the chariot that you don't know. You don't have no intel on.
Right.
Zero intel.
You can shoot
Still
down
calling
in
it
5,
unidentified.
5
You know where they get their intel from?
What?
Us.
Yeah.
The Bible.
Yeah.
That's the only intel you got.
That's it.
You don't even know. You don't
Yeah,
know what
ancient
they
history.
made out of.
Certain history,
Yeah.
Yep.
you know.
But the main intel they get is from the Bible.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got. You know. Oh, we've made contact with an alien force. Man, all that shit be bullshit.
Oh, that's bullshit. Yeah.
You know, you hear they play the playback, and you know the alien talking. This, you know, we picked this up on our receptor in
Yeah,
Roswell.
the audio jumpers.
That's bullshit,
Got a whole Edomite voice.
Yeah.
right? That's all bullshit, man. You had the on YouTube. You got the McPherson tape. You know where the aliens came and then they invaded, and walked into McPherson's house, and the McPherson's been missing since the aliens. Then they showed you see little big head green little aliens walk in the house. Then they look at the camera. Then the camera cut off. That's all bullshit. The McPherson's tape. Look it up.
Yeah,
Man, the angels of the Most High, they so-called black men.
Right. That's right.
Okay? You ain't got no intel on the angels outside of what the Bible says.
That's right.
All right, go ahead, bro.
God, continuing on, verse 7. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was driven,
Yep.
and I could not.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they was gathered together.
All they, not some of they. All they. Go ahead.
All they which were gathered together to subdue him
Yep.
were so afraid.
Yeah, go ahead.
And yet, and yet durst fight.
Yep. So it ain't gonna be that one brave, like in Ukraine, you had the ghost. You know, the ghost of Ukraine. No, the ghost of Kyiv. You know, and they say he was knocking down all kind of Russian jets. He just had a level of bravery that was just, you know, unpronounced. And you can't even.
World War I, they had the Red Baron.
Yeah, the red.
You know the man. You know now he's on the pizza box now. Red Baron.
Yeah, Red Baron pizza. Yeah, with the nigga with the red little strap on.
Yeah.
They like it say all of them was scared, right? Didn't it say all of them was scared, bro? See, America trying to paint this image like they gonna have this one brave fighter that's gonna fly into the heart of the chariot to sacrifice himself, and then the chariot's gonna implode.
Like he's fucking James Bond or something.
Yeah, like on Independence Day.
Yeah, we said it earlier, and all the other chariots shut
Out of
down.
nowhere,
Right.
Sacrifice herself so she's dead again. Okay.
Right.
Like he's gonna
That's
go in
what
there.
Earhart.
Yeah.
Like you gonna have one American with a slick back and a patch on.
Yeah.
You know, American. You know, I am an American. I must do this. They gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
But they gonna send
Hell no. You know?
Carol Danvers.
Right.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
They're gonna fly into the damn.
Some nigga. No, go ahead, bro.
God, verse 9. And
The
lo,
Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah, the Tuskegee. Yeah, him. He up in there. Yeah, cranking up the plane and shit. Go ahead, bro.
The Tuskegee Airmen out there.
Cracking up
And-
the plane that he won from the
verse
last
9.
battle.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came,
Yep.
he neither lifted up his hand, nor held his sword, nor any instrument of war.
Yeah, so you got this guy from Teacher of Truth, used to be a part of our camp named Marwar, that say that the smith that blow up the coal in the fire is Esau. But does not that scripture say that the Lord? Oh yeah, Yahushua, Salaki. He says Yahushua, but he said the smith, that's Yahushua. But then it does it not say the Lord created the instrument for his weapons of indignation? But then but it just said Yahushua didn't have an instrument.
Right.
So it's talking about Esau Edom.
It just said he didn't have a weapon or an instrument.
Exactly.
So how does he have an instrument in Isaiah 54?
Right.
Which one is it?
Right. You tripping.
He ain't got it.
All right, go ahead, bro.
God, continuing on, verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Yep.
That's all he need.
Laser. Concentrated heat. Concentrated fire.
I think Pastor Hart went to that. He would say the mouth. You watch, like the chariot movies. So it's like a door, like a chamber opens up.
Yep.
The little beam comes out. It's a sprint, you know.
Yep.
That's the mouth.
Yep. Yep. Go ahead, bro.
God,
Pure
continue.
power.
Pure power. Yeah.
Yep.
Barrel.
Like a barrel. Yeah. Barrel come out. Start fucking lighting motherfuckers up, man.
Exactly.
Start turning, like you mentioned earlier, war to world. Turn on fucking dust. What they not? It's gonna tell you.
Yeah, kind.
You read on. It's gonna tell you. Yeah.
Kind of continuing
And
on
the crazy
verse 10.
thing is, Yahushua being in that supersized chariot, you gotta think of the size of the mouth of it. The circumference
Yeah,
of the mouth of it.
Look, it ain't moving this
Yeah.
big.
It's gonna be big.
Right.
Right, the size of a city.
Right.
Independence
It's
Day,
not
man,
probably
that
size of this
whole-
goddamn building.
the whole block, the whole block got blown up by a big ass beam of light.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man,
Yep.
They gonna stop. One thing about this modern day Egypt, they gonna stop playing games with the Most High after this.
and there's plenty of stuff to burn up in this.
Oh,
Man.
There's plenty of stuff.
Oh, that's why
Everything is food.
Esau gonna be a stubble.
No, you build a sand castle, you just kick over.
Yeah.
There's plenty of sand.
Plenty of sand.
Well, the Lord said He created, He built it up in Proverbs.
Yep.
The wicked just to destroy it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those who join hand by hand.
Yep. They say if you see the wicked multiplied, it was for the sword. That's in the book of Job. Yep. Go ahead, bro. Let's finish this off.
Rereading verse 10. The second Ezra 13 and 10. It reads, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire,
Yep.
and out of his lips a flaming breath,
Yep.
and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Yeah, meaning he gonna light them up with that concentrated energy, like what brothers. And this is gonna be from the heavens. This ain't gonna be from a stick and ember. Okay, and you just blowing on.
Like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, this fire is gonna come from the heavens.
Yeah.
That's a different type of heat. That's a different type of fire used with different elements.
The Most High is so powerful that He could create elements that got heat and cold within the same element.
Yep.
What they had the fire mingled with
You talking about the hell?
the hell mingled
Yeah,
with fire.
Isaiah.
So it could be the outer part of it is heat, but then the inner quarters is straight coldness. The Lord got the power to do that, man.
Yeah.
Most people can't comprehend it, but this is the heavenly power we talking about. You got it.
Here it is right here, Barzal. This is Isaiah 30 and 30. Just land back off what Barzal was talking about. It says, and the Lord Yahweh shall cause his glorious voice to be heard,
Oh man, see that? Go
The
ahead.
voice.
and shall show the lightning down of his arm
Mm.
with the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire.
It's gonna be fast too.
Yup. With scattering.
It ain't gonna take time to start up. You gotta generate it.
Right.
It's gonna be quick.
Yep.
Lightning, all kind of bolts.
See, you think they could shoot a 50 cal fast,
Right.
or a automatic weapon? Man, when we talk about concentrated energy, that's relentless. It ain't no gaps in between. It ain't no da-da-da-da-da. It's energy being released, man. Consistently,
Like a
non-stop. You know how powerful that chariot gotta be in order for it to consistently send out concentrated energy? Because bro, if you shoot a gun, a gun
He don't.
200, 300 times, that motherfucker gonna catch on fire.
Yeah.
Because there's so much heat
much heat.
releasing from that gun.
Yeah,
But
from the barrel
for
inside
a
out.
chariot to be able to keep the integrity and the form intact and
Shooting out
release
that
that
much,
high-powered energy, that's
crazy.
extraterrestrial.
That's godly, man.
That's
They gotta
godly.
be made from
That's
the
the power of
elements,
God.
like diamonds.
It gotta be.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
can't be made from sticks.
Yeah.
Like I said, stick.
Made from
Fucking
aluminum,
Bear Grylls
aircraft
in
aluminum.
in the mountain region trying to survive, and he got to create a fire with ember. That's different.
Right.
Actually,
Stick.
just go back to what you was talking about. I actually saw a video. Esau Edom, when he discovered certain minerals, and he runs his tests. There's certain like glitz and glamour is the same as the heavens.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he
Like,
know
what
that.
you see through the telescopes.
Yep.
So some of those minerals that's in the heaven is on
Earth.
earth.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the Lord is gonna use that heavenly power that heavenly fire to rain down on them, because the angels gonna do a lot of fucking damage too.
Oh yeah, they gonna get there.
Oh what?
They're gonna do a lot of fucking damage in a short
The
time.
archangels.
Man, they're gonna get busy.
You talking about
Chief
y'all?
angels?
You got about Michael.
Michael.
They gonna get
You
busy.
gotta get through Michael and Gabriel. and all
Yep.
them
Uriel.
guys. And that's just the ones who named me.
Yeah. It's all Raphael. It's just all kind of angels out here. Go ahead, bro.
Continuing on in verse 10, it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire,
Right.
and out of his lips a flaming breath.
Yep.
And that's how you know this devil is a liar, because if he shot down a chariot, the angels in the you gotta think something like killing your brother in a war. You think the Lord would allow that? Yahweh shall be here right now, if that's the case, which we already know it's a lie. But if in the case of, say if that is the case, Esau shot down a chariot or whatnot, it ain't gonna go down like that. You know, it would be a retaliation or attack that happened immediately, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got it though.
Yep.
Continuing on, it says, of his lips a flaming breath,
Yep.
and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Yep. So that's pretty much the point. So this is a future prophecy that's going to happen with the Lord and his angels. But you mean to tell me right now America has the capability to shoot down unidentified flying? Why they ain't never did it before?
Yeah.
What did you use? Why aren't you telling the people what you use?
Right.
And why would you shoot something down
That
that's
ain't-
unidentified?
That's unidentified.
I wouldn't even
You've
mess
been
with it.
seeing unidentified flying objects that you've never tried to take down.
Right, why?
So why are you pushing this narrative
All
now?
of a sudden.
Now,
Because we know that something bigger is
something
coming.
big finna happen.
We know that you're going to fake an alien invasion. Possibly.
Right, possible, right.
A high percentage of possibility.
Esau be finding
Because-
yeah.
The real
Because
makes sense for them too.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see what
how
they
You
they
know,
do it.
because you never know. I mean, to us, we can say that, but to the American, to the devil, you know, they'll do whatever. You know, and I'm pretty sure back then they probably never would have thought they would have attempted to go to the moon,
Yeah.
but them niggas did it for whatever vain reason. So we gotta always remember, man, we can't put nothing past this goddamn
yeah.
devil.
Be not ignorant.
They got the. If you can look now, like when Virgil was the creative designer for Louis.
Outlaw.
Yeah, they did a drone. They did a whole sky drone to his face, and it looked just like that black ass nigga. So they got the technology. You got the hologram. Remember they did Tupac holiday. You remember that years ago?
Yeah, the
They did the
mannerisms and
Tupac.
everything.
Or they
Hey,
have
they
the
got
whales
it. They got the technology
They got the
now.
technology.
So I mean, if they do it,
Yeah, that
cool.
3D
If they don't,
Lion
cool.
Wonders.
But either way it goes, because we know prophecy, if it don't happen based on what the prophecy say, we know it's bullshit.
Yeah. See, prophecy
You know?
is the key
Yeah.
to sin.
Yep. Because we know, it ain't gonna be that type of. First of all, we know that how they gonna make the chariots look. We gonna know that ain't no
You
chariot.
don't know that.
That's not a chariot. Cause I done seen certain shit in the sky. It's like, nah, that wasn't a chariot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember?
Especially if you got actual sightings, brothers in the truth, you got actual sightings.
Right.
You
You
just
know.
feel it. You know.
You know that.
You like, that ain't no chariot, bro.
There's certain spiritual vibe that comes with seeing.
See, these people out here,
Yes,
they don't know.
They ain't got it. They ain't got it.
They don't know.
That be deceived.
Yeah.
Okay?
One time I was in the
Would
world. I was like, hey, you know, to a chariot. And my cousin thought it was a damn airplane.
Right.
Yeah, the people
They
ain't
got
got
the
it.
got it.
Yeah.
And then that's what they do, right? And they try to line it up with Matthew 24. They say the Lord's in
Yeah.
the desert, go not after him.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Over there, right? We're gonna know it's not, like I said, like
We gonna know.
We're gonna know what's up, man.
Esau be trying to make his shit make sense. Like, bro, to the elect it ain't gonna, because like the elect won't be deceived.
Yeah.
They shall try to deceive the elect.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
See, and they doing that to the 2/3. I guarantee you, they probably think aliens look like fucking Kang and Kodos from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Like the Grinch.
Yeah, you remember the two aliens, Kang and
Yeah.
Kodos from The Simpsons.
Yeah, with the little thing on their head.
Yeah.
Like octopus.
Yeah, looking like
Tentacles.
octopus with sharp teeth,
Yeah.
looking all unclean, slobbing. That ain't what we know that. Hey, bro, if they say that, we call it like they go to they say Roswell. This is an alien specimen,
Yeah.
and he got these big old shiny eyes with a big green head. Man, get the F out of here, man. See, this is the illusion that Esau is pushing on the unlearned, man. We know that, bro. First of all, there's documented scriptures that tell you that angels have killed over 185,000 people. Syrians.
Yeah.
One angel dropped them, man.
One angel killed 23,000 Israelites.
Israelites. You had an angel that came down and smoked Heliodorus.
Yeah. And they
So
spoke about how majestic
jumped
they
in.
They beat
know
the
is.
shit out of him.
Yeah.
They took it easy on them because they could have really destroyed it. So we got, man, we know the power of the Most High.
That's right.
Okay, you had an angel that came down and stopped the army of the Egyptians from getting to Israel. Okay, the angels they the ones that spark up hurricanes, tornadoes, torrential storms, lightning.
Or the ones that fought with the Maccabees.
Yeah.
The Maccabees was fighting.
Yep.
And they said they had, and that was in the heavens.
In the heavens, yeah. Because you gotta remember those angels, they warriors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They warriors, and they set up to defend the children of Israel when the Lord authorizes it. Because if the Lord don't authorize it, then the angels don't defend Israel.
And then you notice all the angels that we know about, they all got Allah. They all got power
Allah.
at the end of the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, they all
Allah.
Michael,
Gabriel, Uriel,
Under the power of
Raphael.
Raphael. You know, they all made a, pure power.
Yep. That's right.
Gods.
So you ain't knocking them out the sky. All right? Like you playing duck hunt.
Right.
And you,
Call of Duty.
first of all, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, you nations, you're getting ready to meet a force that you're not gonna be able to fathom the power that you get ready to meet, man. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Lord willing, it was an edifying camp to you brothers and sisters out there. Stay strong, keep pushing. Tomorrow night is the new moon. It's gonna bring in the first of the month, new year. Hey, refresh your spirit. You know, cleanse yourself out if you need to. Get ready for the Pesach. Put yourself in the Pesach mind frame. Hey, Lord gonna come back, man. So prepare your souls. We're gonna give all. Say again. Hey, the hopeful year that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua bring these prophecies to pass, man. All right, so Lord willing, that was edifying camp. We're giving all praises, all glory and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, many blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yep, shalom.
All right, let's do this.